Do you have any donuts you're going to eat?
Yeah, of course I have donuts.
Oh,
Donuts are
I
here.
love it. I love it.
Are we going with
Donuts
Krispy
are here.
Kreme?
Of course. It's the
Okay.
best way to go.
On today's Part of My Take, presented by DraftKings, we have our good friend Booger McFarland on the show. He's eating donuts, and he's talking college and pro football with us. It was great to catch up with him. We're going to talk the college football rankings at the beginning of the show. We're taping this after they came out. JMU has been screwed. We're going to go through that. We have Monday Night Football. The Raiders are a tough watch, and it's really a bummer to see them out there. Cowboys, maybe. Who knows? We also have Guys on Chicks and Hot Seat Cool Throne, and it's all brought to you by our friends at Planet Fitness. Everybody can get strong at Planet Fitness. High-value membership that supports any fitness journey as low as $15 a month, over 2,700 club locations. We have one in the Barstool office. It's awesome. The Smith machine, the stair climber. I hop on the treadmill. I do a little bit of the Smith machine, get a little free weights going. It's all there. So we love Planet Fitness. You should get involved in Planet Fitness now. You know what? You're probably going to have some New Year's goals to get in shape. Why not start right now? Let's get a little jump start on it because the holidays are coming up. Let's get in the gym. Let's do it at Planet Fitness. Like I said, over 2,700 club locations, high-value membership that supports any fitness journey as low as $15 a month. We're all strong on this planet. Join today in club, online, or in the free PF app. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Part of My Take, presented by DraftKings. The crown is yours. Today is Wednesday, November 19th, and James Madison University has been screwed by the committee.
It's a screw job. The fix is in. About to go January 6th on the CFP. This is bad. It's bad, Big Cat, for a few reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Number one,
it's a shamockery.
It's a travesty. It's a shamockery. It's a Travis shamockery. It's disgusting. It's not right. It's an infringement upon our Constitution, which James Madison wrote, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They seem to really be hammering home the line that JMU doesn't have any high-quality wins. We played one Power 4 conference game this year, which we lost to Louisville. Miami also lost to Louisville. Looks like they might have been dinged a little bit on that in terms of where they're sat. But without like just going full-on nuclear, which I can do, I think that what is happening right now is they had their heart set on the American, on that conference. Whoever wins that conference is going to get just pigeonholed in. Doesn't matter what else happens. Listen, Tulane lost by 22 points to UTSA. They lost by 22 points to UTSA. We don't have a common opponent with Tulane, so you can't play apples to apples. But I can do the transitive property, and I can say that Texas State beat UTSA 43-36. JMU beat Texas State 52-20. And what the committee has always done is, at least since the tournament expanded, they've taken into account the health of your team. Famously with Florida State a couple years ago, that matters to them if your star players are injured or if they're healthy. And in week 2, when we played against Louisville, which, by the way, we had a halftime lead against Louisville. Can't say the same thing about Miami.
That's a fact.
We had a starting quarterback, Alonzo Barnett, who is a great quarterback. He's playing awesome ball right now. He tore his ACL in the very last game of last year. So he's like 8 months recovered from the ACL surgery in that game. He can't run. They sub him out whenever we need to have a quarterback that can run. And then over the course of the season, he's gotten healthier. Now he's running in addition to passing. He's a different quarterback. We're a different offense. We're kicking the shit out of people. So, I mean, yeah, you can say that we've got a bad schedule. It's down year for the Sun Belt. I agree with that. I'm not going to try to gas up the Sun Belt. That's impossible to do. But we're kicking the shit out of every team that we play. We're a top 10 offense. We're a top 10 defense. All the graphs, we're top to the right on all of them. And yeah, Tulane beat Duke. You know who else beat Duke? UConn. Everyone.
Duke has 5 losses.
So if we're gonna pin that and put that up on a pedestal, now I don't want to go there, but I will go there. There's a new head of the CFP committee. Mac Rhodes from Baylor stepped down. We don't know what happened there. Something weird. Sounds like there's some weird stuff going on Baylor. So the new guy that they have
Baylor, no.
Yeah, Baylor. Can you believe it?
No, never.
So the new guy is Hunter Yurachek, and he is the athletic director at Arkansas. I did just about 15 minutes of research on this guy.
Okay.
His son is the tight ends coach for App State. App State, who we just emasculated on Saturday. Guess how many yards receiving App State tight ends had against JMU?
0, negative?
0. They had 0 catches for 0 yards. So how bad of a coach does he think his son is that we just kicked the shit out of him?
Right.
That's got to start some that's going to be an awkward Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's facts. He got his ass kicked by a team that's not even worthy of getting ranked.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Can you believe that? I've said my piece. I don't even have anything else really to add. I think that the record speaks for itself. I think JMU should be in it, but it seems pretty clear that they just want to put whoever wins the American as the Group of 5 rep, and that's their prerogative. They can do that if they want.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I agree with you. I've been fighting the fight on the front lines with JMU. It's bullshit. They just want to find a way. We now are the biggest Rice Owl fans, I believe, is who Tulane is playing. Temple. No, wait. No, I think it's right. Are they playing Temple this weekend?
Temple. Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
They're playing Temple? Okay. So we're the biggest Temple Owl fans. Temple's actually been a frisky team this year. Yeah, they're running the Owl Gauntlet because they just played FAU. Can they go back-to-back Owls?
Who can do that?
Who can do that? So they're playing Temple. Then they finish with Charlotte. Charlotte is garbage. Temple's not bad. They're at least frisky. So we're rooting against Tulane. Listen, not personal, just business. If you're a Tulane fan and you're listening to this, not personal, just business.
Yeah.
And then we also have to root against North Texas and ECU because that's what they're just going to keep doing. They're going to keep going down the line of American teams and all right, well, the next one's up.
They probably will. And this is going to be, it's going to be a situation where we cross our fingers, root for Temple. And then at the same time, you just got to go out and you got to beat Washington State if you're JMU this weekend by 50 points.
Mm-hmm. Also, I forgot Navy. They're going to jump to Navy.
They probably
will.
They
would absolutely jump to Navy. You know they would.
I'd have a hard time digging up dirt about Navy.
Yeah. Okay. Other thoughts from the rankings. So you mentioned Miami. It's very funny because I do think that these rankings are as much as it still doesn't matter because things are going to get worked out. I love these rankings because I actually think it's like a group of people who don't really watch college football and they're kind of dumb and so Miami, if you look at Miami, they would be in the playoff right now because they'd be the highest ACC team. Miami went from 18 to, I think they're now ranked 13 in the last couple of weeks. They didn't really do anything. They played bad teams, but I think that the committee is just admitting, we kind of fucked up on the first time we ranked Miami. We shouldn't have done that. They beat Notre Dame. That's 8 spots higher than them. Let's just every week slip them in a little bit more. And now Miami would be in the playoff. So right now, if the playoff were to start today, based on the rankings, it would be 1 seed Ohio State, 2 seed Indiana. They obviously have to play in the Big Ten championship game. 3 seed Texas A&M, 4 seed Georgia. Those are your 4 buys. Then it would be 5 seed Texas Tech playing Tulane at the 12 seed. Notre Dame going to Norman, Oklahoma, 9-8. Miami going to Ole Miss. That's the 11-6. And then Alabama and Oregon is the 10-7. It's an awesome bracket to look at. I'd be very excited to watch this with this college football playoff. The big winners, though, out of this PFT, I don't know if you agree, but the winner number 1 is Georgia because Georgia obviously beats Texas. They get to 4. Georgia's in that perfect spot where they could potentially not go to the SEC championship game and have a bye, which that's got to be the greatest spot you could ever be in, because Alabama beat Georgia. Yeah, if Alabama wins, the wins the rest of their, they just have to beat Auburn. I think they play no one this week. They have to beat Auburn. Texas A&M wins out. Texas A&M and Alabama in the SEC championship game. Georgia can sit at home and be like, but we still get a bye. That's perfect.
Yeah, it's a great situation for them. Alabama fans, they don't seem to be too happy with the way things shook out. But, I mean, you can just blame yourselves.
Yeah.
You lost.
And you lost. And
that's what happens when you have a recent loss.
And also the Florida State loss. I know that Florida State, looked good at the beginning of the season, but that team has been garbage. So that's a tough loss. And I know teams change, but that's just the case here. And then the other big winner to me is Texas Tech, because if Indiana and Ohio State, when they play in the Big Ten championship game, if Texas Tech can win the Big 12 championship game, I would imagine the loser of the Indiana-Ohio State game might drop out to the 5 seed, and Texas Tech, if they can win, would slip up into the bye.
I actually don't. I think that it all depends on what the loss looks like. But if it's a close game at all, like within 10 points, I don't think that Indiana would drop out.
If Texas Tech only has one loss, so it would be a 1-loss Big 12 champion versus a 1-loss runner-up in the Big 10.
Yeah, I still think probably. I think they keep Indiana in there. The other thing I was looking at was Oregon. So Oregon, what happens if Oregon loses this weekend?
If Oregon loses this weekend to USC, they could be in trouble.
They could be in trouble because the one win that they have on their schedule that's really doing a lot of work is the Penn State win, which is kind of
Iowa too, at Iowa.
Well, Iowa recently, but the one that's like they're dangling on if they lose this game. And the reason why is because that Penn State win, I think the committee is still valuing that Penn State win as being a quality win because it's back when,
which I have no problem with.
Penn State was good. It was a great game. And when I was watching it, I definitely didn't think to myself, oh shit, Penn State sucks. It was before all the wheels fell off for them. But if you're looking for an argument against Oregon, if they lose this weekend, that's where you go.
Yeah, the counter argument would be, what is USC? Obviously, if USC beats them head to head, they would take their spot. But USC doesn't have a signature. I mean, their signature wins are pretty similar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They beat Michigan at home. They beat Iowa at home. Oregon beat Iowa on the road. They beat Penn State on the road. But yeah, the head-to-head will obviously determine that, because I'm a big believer in you got to play it on the grass. So if they lose, tough luck. But yeah, it will be. It's looking more and more like it's going to be a three bid league for the Big Ten, 4 to 5 for the SEC, 1 for ACC. Notre Dame's going to obviously get in there. Notre Dame's just going to stay at the same spot. I think they've just been at 9 for a while now, which makes sense because I don't think they should go up much higher. They're not going to have a big data point to be like, oh wow. But Notre Dame should be in the playoff. I do think they're one of the playoff worthy teams. But yeah, those are the big takeaways. The
Yurchek guy said that he's not even thinking about Notre Dame and Miami. The comparison between the two schools is not happening inside of his own brain because they're not close enough to each other in the rankings for him to compare one to the other.
Yeah,
but you should compare Miami, one to the other.
Yeah, you should. You should absolutely. They played on the field.
Yeah.
They need Miami to lose again, is what they're saying.
Yes.
They need Miami to
I think you're right about that. I think that when they made the first rankings, they didn't really think it all the way through. Right. And then many people pointed out to them online, and they're like, oh, shit, they kind of have a point. Let's see what we can do to just kind of tread water and hope that this takes care of itself.
Yeah. And the thing that's going to get interesting, there's like definitely some chaos scenarios that are going to cause some problems for the committee. One being Michigan beating Ohio State and being 2 losses. If that is in conjunction with USC beating Oregon, now what are you going to do there? Another being, Vanderbilt beats Tennessee and wins out the season, only has 2 losses. If BYU somehow gets revenge on Texas Tech, like there could be a world where they have just a lot of spots or a lot of teams and not a lot of spots, and they'll be kind of fucked there. And that's where Notre Dame could get fucked.
So there's another doomsday scenario. I love doomsday scenarios. It's my favorite part of this time of year when we're like just thinking ahead to what the bracket might look like. The ACC has a major one. That's just it's a ticking time bomb.
We've moved on from Duke. We forgot Duke was just a shitty team because they got absolutely smashed by Virginia. I watched the majority of that game, and they are just not a good team.
The ACC, they could have a 6-way tie for first.
Ha! I love it.
That would be awesome. I think it's Miami, SMU, Virginia, Pitt, Georgia Tech, and Duke could all tie for first place in the ACC.
Okay.
And it's not that crazy. It's not that
Duke
crazy.
Is not going to win. Duke is not going to win out. I'm done with Duke.
Well, you don't think Duke could beat North Carolina?
No, they absolutely could beat North Carolina, but then they have to play Wake Forest. Duke is bad. I'm done with Duke. I'm done with Duke in any scenarios.
Duke has a chance to beat Wake Forest, though. It wouldn't be the craziest thing.
No, of course they do, but I'm done with Duke. I'm telling you right now, I'm done with Duke scenarios because I just can't. They're 5-5. They're not a good team.
Yes, they lost.
Keep going.
Miami, they just have to win out. They have to beat Virginia Tech. They have Pitt. If SMU loses one of their next 2 games, they could very easily lose to Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
If Virginia, that's really the main one. If Virginia loses to Virginia Tech, now
that one would
Virginia is much, much better than Virginia Tech, but it is like a true these 2 teams hate each other type game. Mm-hmm. Man, I don't know. Maybe the program it gets a shot in the arm from just having James Franklin's name put on the door.
Yeah,
and then Pitt, if they split between Miami and Georgia Tech, and then if Georgia Tech, if they lose to Pitt, then all those schools will be 6-2.
Okay. The ACC most likely will just fuck itself over, and the ACC just cannibalizes itself no matter what. Like whatever the worst outcome for the ACC is, that's the one they'll find a way to have happen.
Yeah, it's basketball season.
Yeah, it is basketball season. We're watching the Boozer twins. Are they? They are actually twins, right?
Yeah, and Cameron was named after the stadium.
No way.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Yeah, I mean, we said it with last week with Joakim Noah that it's definitely I feel old because I remember like seeing Carlos Boozer's Instagram stories 9 years ago when they were little kids, like in his driveway taking shots.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we have
here they are. Yeah,
we have some breaking moves.
Oh, breaking moves. Hank, you gonna do it? No. What are you doing, Hank?
What's it about?
Well, Hank, you got to moo.
I don't know. We don't.
I know. Hank is worried about it being something. If we're talking about the ACC, is it breaking moves about the ACC?
No, it's just breaking moves about something else. What is Hank worried about?
He's worried that you're going to bring up Belichick at Jordan's adult cheerleading competition.
I actually haven't seen that yet. But now, okay, double breaking news.
Hank, you know what's so funny? Do you know what's so funny is that I saw that picture like an hour ago, and I don't know why it just went out of my brain because we were getting ready, and if Hank hadn't had that face, I would not have thought of it. But the minute Hank had that face, I was like, oh, fuck, I forgot that I saw a picture of Bill Belichick standing sadly for I didn't know they did
intently watching. He's intently watching.
I didn't know they did cheerleading competitions, like rec cheerleading competitions. That's crazy.
It's serious stuff.
Is it?
It's like,
it's not even. They're not cheering for a team. They're cheering just to
play
cheer.
Softball, dude.
That's
What's
a sport.
Difference?
That's a sport.
Cheerleading. Whoa,
it is.
Whoa.
Cheerleading sport.
Cheerleading sport.
I don't do sports where there's judges. I guess boxing.
Yeah, UFC.
Yeah, that hurt my. What? So what, Hank? Why didn't you want us to bring it up?
No, I that's not what I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
My mic was muted.
Okay, PFT, what's your breaking news?
But
Are you looking at the pictures, PFT?
I'm looking at them right now. They're very funny.
Yeah, very funny. Look, he's
Code
a supportive boyfriend.
He's supporting Code Black. Yeah, good for him.
He's locked in.
And we are Team Jordan on this podcast, and our queen, if she wants to go and play cheerleading on a Tuesday night at the local YMCA, she should.
Mm-hmm. Can you gamble on it? I'd like to bet on it.
Wait. What if that's our punishment for the picks?
What?
Loser has to go join a rec cheerleading squad.
I don't think they'd have us. I think you got to be able to
That'd be
throw
so
people
funny.
around.
Just no respect for the cheerleading community.
That would be so funny. Oh
Listen,
my God.
Bill's being a good guy here. He's a good. I don't know why. Every time I call him a boyfriend, it's very funny.
It's so funny.
He's being a great boyfriend. No, that was not my breaking move. My breaking moves. It was. Hank, do you want to do the noise? Jamar Chase's appeal of his 1-game suspension has been denied.
Oh, I already denied it, so that's good. I was still feeling it from the internet invitation. I was just denying shit, but that's good that it was denied because I concur.
I don't know what his appeal looked like. He was like, his appeal must have just been, please.
He did the OJ.
I feel like his appeal. I don't know what his appeal actually looked like.
I do.
What?
He said if I wanted to spit on him, I would have spat on his face, not on his uniform.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would have done a simple here are all the times Jalen Ramsey was a fucking dick.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could have just gone that route, been like, hey, look, someone was going to spit on him eventually. It happened to be me.
Yeah, I like that he said, if I really wanted to spit, I'm way better at spitting than that. And I would have drilled him in the face if I wanted to.
So, Hank, what does this do to the Patriots' schedule?
I hadn't thought about that.
I just think it's a more opportunity for Drake May, 300 plus, 350 plus, probably.
We'll get to it. We'll get to that. Yeah. Don't spoil the stats, Hank.
No, I'm just talking about what it means for the game. It just means we'll have more
spoiling
time.
my
But the
stats.
Bengals not having Jamar Chase is a big deal.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. You want to beat people at their best.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's everything we got. Let's kick it to ourselves, and we'll do more of the show. We got Booger McFarland and Guys on Chicks and Hot Seat Cool Throne. Okay, before we get to the rest of the show, DraftKings, the NBA season's rolling, and DraftKings' newest game, Pick 6, is the easiest way to play for your shot at big wins. Here's how it works. Just pick more or less on 2 or more player stats. The better your picks, the bigger your payout. Pick 6 gives you more upside than those other pick'em sites, and it's available in most states, including Texas, California, Georgia, and more. So nail your picks tonight and don't just win. Stack up those payouts. New DraftKings customers get $50 in Pick 6 credits with just a $5 entry on your first pick set. Don't just watch basketball. Pick, play, cash in. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code TAKE. That's code TAKE. Play just $5. Get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Make the call. Ride the upside in partnership with DraftKings. Pick 6. The crown is yours. Okay, boys. Monday Night Football. We had to watch the Raiders play football. I am sick of watching the Raiders play football. I have a question for you, PFT. Is Pete Carroll having fun?
No, he's not having fun. He's not having any fun. I can tell because the amount of gum that he chews during a game is way higher.
Yeah.
Usually he's got like one thin stick of juicy fruit in his mouth. Now it's like he's got 3 Bazooka Joes in there, just trying to distract him from it. He was surprised that the Raiders didn't play well.
Yeah.
Like at halftime, they asked him about it. He's like, I did not expect this to happen. I don't know what team Pete Carroll's. I expected it to happen.
I expected it to happen. Not only that, but I think I saw in this game something I haven't seen in a while where before halftime, the Monday Night Football camera crew was doing the sad Raiders on the sideline.
Yeah.
Like they're showing Geno Smith looking sad. I feel bad for Max Crosby. Max Crosby is so fucking good. And Max Crosby, I feel like in this season, the 2-8 Raiders, there's been at least a moment in every single game where you're like, is Max Crosby going to win this game by himself? And you had it at the beginning of the game when he forced that fumble. And then you realize, oh, yeah, the Raiders just stink and they can't move the ball. And Ashton Genty, Are we worried about him, or were we right about him? I think he had 6 carries for 7 yards.
I think there's no way to tell. I think Ashton-Jinty's good. I think that he's in an impossible situation. They keep showing that stat of how he's the one player in the NFL that like he has the fewest yards before contact.
Yeah.
Of any player, maybe in NFL history, because he's always getting in the backfield. He almost made it out when they got that safety called on him.
Yep.
He got hit like 6 yards, 5 yards deep in the end zone. I think he's good. I just think that right now, having a running back on that team, you don't really use him because you never are playing with the lead. You're never even playing with the tie.
There was a 4th and 1, I believe, in the 3rd or 4th quarter where Ashton-Jinty got the ball and got the first down, but it was like the most miraculous first down ever because every single Cowboy was in the backfield ready to go. And I agree with you. Like I think he's going to be fine. It's just an impossible spot for him on a team that cannot block, that cannot play with a lead, that can't do anything offensively.
He might be the best player on that team.
I think that's probably still Brock Bowers, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's,
Max Crosby, but yeah.
It's just crazy that he has literally no chance to run the football. We just don't know if he's good or not.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure that he is. Now with the Cowboys, it feels like last night was obviously for a number of reasons like a super emotional win for them, dealing with the loss of their teammate and all that. Like credit to Schottenheimer and Dak. That seemed like they were the ones that kind of took on the leadership roles. They did a really good job of that, and the team. Offensively, we know that the Cowboys are great.
Yeah.
And they looked really, really good last night.
Pickens is the best.
Pickens is so good when he's making those cuts. It's so infuriating if you're a coach and you're like watching him cut backwards all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But he's the guy that will get eventually to the outside and then go on a little run and make a few guys miss and get downfield once he feels like it. He's awesome. CeeDee Lamb should have had another touchdown too. Dak played out of his mind. The whole offense is so good. The defense even looked good last night.
Yeah, they've looked a little bit better. It was the Raiders.
Now, they have a really hard schedule coming up. They have to play the Eagles, the Chiefs. I think the Lions are up in one of their few next games here, too. So it's not they're not eliminated from the playoffs, but I do think that they're playing like a playoff team would right now.
They did. Remember, the last time we saw them play was against the Cardinals, and they got killed by the Cardinals. So
right.
They're playing like a playoff team would. Now. Against the Raiders.
Right now.
I'd agree with that. It was total insult to injury for the Raiders that I don't remember the last time I've seen this where CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens got sussied for the first series, which is something you do if you are Alabama playing, Bethune-Cookman.
Yeah.
Week 1. And you're like, oh, yeah, our guy missed a meeting. We're going to let him sit out for the first drive. The Cowboys are like, yeah, we're going to let our 2 best receivers sit out. And we know it won't matter because I don't even know why did they sit out? Was it just guys can't have fun in Vegas anymore?
They won't say. And I actually think this is you can look at Schottenheimer and be like, this guy has the pulse of the team.
Yeah.
Because after the game, they asked Pickens about it, and he was like, we just saw something on offense against that defense that we wanted to run the football a little bit more. So we started out with me and CD on the sideline. Like he bought the line. He's George Pickens is towing the company line.
Yeah.
Proactively, which is something I thought I'd never say. And then CD kind of just like smirked and was like, I'm not going to get into that with you guys. But they're not saying what the reason was. My imagination took me to some places where it's like this is the plot of The Hangover.
Yeah.
Where like they woke up in the morning and they lost their friend, or they woke up in the morning, there was a tiger inside the hotel room. I don't know. Something happened in Vegas and it was probably a great time. I want to know the whole backstory behind like what did CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens get into a night on the town in Las Vegas where I'm guessing they missed a meeting.
Right. And it's so insulting for the Raiders. Like the Cowboys are not going to most likely not going to go to the playoffs unless they pull off a bunch of miracles coming down the stretch. But it is a team that is like, hey, we're not statistically out of it. We have to win every game.
Yeah.
Our 2 best players on offense are going to sit out and we'll just deal with it. Like it's crazy, but that's what the Raiders are. They didn't have to worry about it at all.
Yeah, I agree. The Raiders, there should be a blacklist of teams that at this point, I'd say after like 10 weeks in the NFL season, fans should be able to vote on which teams should no longer be considered for primetime.
They don't have to play the game, yeah.
It should be against the law to put the Raiders on primetime television.
The Raiders, the Titans, the Saints, who else?
The Browns, get them out of here.
The Jets are kind of exciting.
Cardinals.
Commanders.
Jacoby Brissett, he kind of lights it up. 47. Dude, he broke the record for completions. They're not good,
He's not a draw.
They don't win.
You don't want to watch him in prime time.
That's
You don't.
correct.
You
I
don't.
don't.
you're right.
I don't.
Thursday.
I put
Thursday
the
night,
Commanders.
maybe.
No.
Okay.
Commanders are on that list. I would put the Dolphins on that list.
Yeah.
Falcons.
Yeah.
Get him out of
Falcons,
here.
Definitely. Yeah. So that was big news too. Michael Penix is gonna maybe miss the rest of the season.
Yep.
So Kirk Cousins is back.
Gets to earn that paycheck.
He gets to earn that paycheck. Yeah. So to put a bow on Monday Night Football, I'm done with the Raiders. I think
Eagles.
we all agree. Eagles
Yeah.
are a tough watch. Max, you did not watch Monday Night Football. You watched the Leo movie. Do we have a review?
Didn't watch the Leo movie.
What did you watch?
Apparently last night was deep cleaning my apartment night, so the football game
no.
was on.
At what point?
it
How many
was-
times have you deep cleaned your apartment?
At what point?
I don't get to choose when I deep clean my apartment.
So here's a question.
You
because
don't get
is-
it.
This is very. You don't get it. Here's a question though. Well, I actually.
No,
have to-
I don't.
This is because I host Thanksgiving. I'm staring at that.
Yeah.
I was given a warning shot on Monday of like, hey, you got shit everywhere. You're gonna have to clean it up. I was like, oh yeah, I'll get to it.
We have family visiting
Yeah,
this
yeah.
weekend, and last night was the only night where I don't have stuff going on.
At what point in the night were you told that was going to take place?
During dinner. Like,
Oh, that's not fair. You needed at least like a text during lunch being like, hey, just a heads up, we're gonna have to do some cleaning tonight.
Well, to be fair, it was like, we have family coming over this weekend, and it was like, when are we going to be able to do this? And then I started going through the rest of my week, and she was like, so it has to be tonight.
Oh,
Yeah. It sounds like this is something that might have even been discussed like last week.
yeah.
We're gonna have to clean the apartment.
It also could have been discussed earlier that I probably wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the most likely scenario.
It's always you think that they aren't going to bring it up, but they're always going to bring it up because I'm dealing with that right now. Like where I have I think 4 piles that I could just count off the top of my head at various points in my house that I know are they're on life support. They've been looked at, they've been stared at, they've been like, what's going on here? I think I have even a suitcase that still has shit in it. Those piles, I have sentimental value with them, but I know that, hey, guys, I'm going to have to take you out back soon, and we're going to have to do this. We're going to have to get rid of these.
You got to have a room that has a little bit of space for the piles to just go into temporarily.
Yeah.
We were searching
Yeah.
for matching pillowcases because we have to get the guest room ready for family to stay in. And for some reason we could not find the full set of all the matching pillowcases. And then at one point I was like, oh, this is definitely just in my pile in my closet. And that's exactly where they were. So I got yelled at for that.
Yeah, I'm hosting too for Thanksgiving, and there's some chores that are on my list. I think I'm just going to try to use the power washer to do every chore that's still on the list.
Even inside.
Even inside. Might
like
bring,
that.
like bathroom floor. Yeah, I'll just power wash.
I chose
that.
to do the bathrooms because you can kind of just hide in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And like
look at your phone.
Yeah.
I'm cleaning right now.
that was my role because I'm not supervised in the bathroom.
Yeah, we got dishes. I'm going to power wash those.
Yes, bring them on. Bring them all outside.
I'm gonna power
We're
wash.
gonna power wash the shit
The
out
house
of
is going to be spick and span.
them. Any other cleanup from week 11? So Aaron Rodgers is going to try to start on Sunday. That's what you saw, memes. The report. He's trying his hardest.
Mike Tomlin has a press conference right now. He's dropping some quotes.
Which
Okay, what's he saying?
Give us some quotes because that does scare me because I know Aaron Rodgers wants to beat the Bears one last time. That does make me a little nervous, even though I think Mason Rudolph is about the same as Aaron Rodgers currently.
I want to see exactly what Tomlin's saying here. He told reporters that. Oh, you closed out of it.
Okay.
That was a nothing.
He's a fracture in his wrist, and we'll find out he's trying to play on Sunday.
The wrist is the elbow of the hand.
Find us some Mike Tomlin quotes. We can talk about something else.
There was a report yesterday. I think it was about Mike Penix, and Rappaport and Schefter both tweeted the news out about Mike Penix. Pretty much identical news. It was phrased differently. The report came out at the exact same second. How does that happen?
They both get texted from the same person.
Well, they do, and then they can copy and paste, but these words were different from each guy, and it happened at literally the exact same second Are they two different guys? Are they in cahoots with each other?
I don't know.
Did they agree, let's schedule these tweets for this one exact minute?
Yeah, they're synced up.
It was really bizarre. Something's going on, and I want to get to the bottom of it. Schefter, tell us what's happening. How is that, like, mathematically, it's not possible.
But it happened.
Something fishy's going on.
It did happen.
We need to figure that out.
Oh, I have a dumb rule for you guys that our good friend Nick Tirani threw out during Wake Up Barstool, which I was thinking about it more, and I like it a lot. He was saying, dumb rule, teams should have to win 4 games to get their first pick. So at the end of the season, you have a Raiders Monday Night Football game has actual consequences where it's like they need to desperately win this game.
To get a first-round pick?
To get their allotted first-round pick, they have to win 4 games. Maybe it's 3 games, but whatever. It's kind of what we've always said, like relegation's never going to happen in American sports, but that is a little bit of a relegation where it's like you can't be that bad. It might work better in the NBA because the NBA, like, you know, teams truly tank. In the NFL, they don't tank the same way. Like, I don't know if the Titans are capable of winning 4 games.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have some teams that go out there and they put forth an honest effort and really, really suck.
But at the end of the season, when you do get these games that are in prime time that have no consequences, they will now have consequences.
I wouldn't hate
3 games?
I wouldn't hate a sad playoff at the end of the year
Yeah.
between every team that finishes with 4 losses or fewer. And then the winner of that. Or just do the Pro Bowl thing where you have the 2 worst teams. They play
for the
in the
first
Pro
pick.
Bowl, and the winner gets the first-round pick.
Yeah.
I like that way.
What, Max?
That I like. That would be.
That would be the
awesome.
best. We've said that many times. You just
There could be a lot of teams that don't get 4 wins this year.
Yeah, so maybe it's 3.
Yeah.
But like memes, imagine the investment you'd have in the Jets coming down the stretch if you have 2 wins and you need to win a 3rd game.
This is a terrible rule.
Okay,
We need the
listen,
pick.
I
need the
know,
pick.
I
Can't
know.
get the pick.
But it is again, it might not be an NFL rule because it's hard to tank in the NFL, but for other sports, there's a floor on what you have to accomplish as a team to receive your first pick.
Yeah, I think it's more for the fans. Just like watch a game featuring your shitty team that actually means something.
Yeah, that you have to win.
Yeah, that it's not like the teams are going out there and they're not really committing the best effort, because I feel like in the NFL there's incentive in terms of the non-guaranteed contracts.
Right.
And you're trying to get a job for next season. It's really hard to actively tank in the NFL. I feel like most teams that are tanking are doing so because of incompetence,
Right.
not because of effort.
So 3 wins. I'm looking at it right now. 3 wins might be the number, which would be exciting because you have like what 6 teams, 7 teams at the 2-win mark right now.
Yeah.
They have to do it.
I'm going to start getting on. I got to get deep into these mock drafts. I started reading some last week, some yesterday. Being a mock draft guy is a tough existence.
Yeah.
It really is. It's like a
Yeah,
whole new
I
world
don't
that you
miss
have
it.
to step into. You had a tough go of it, Hank. That was
It's real tough.
rough. I'll save it for Friday, but I actually love the Patriots this weekend. Love them. I love them. I do.
Against the Bengals?
Against the Bengals, yeah. I think it's going to be.
You want to save it for Friday?
I'll save it for Friday. It's going to be
Sure?
Why?
because I think it's going to be a blowout. I think that Drake May is going to go off on him. You look at what Drake May has done this season. He's just lighting defenses up. He's like the king of the deep ball. He's getting yards against everybody. And it doesn't matter what defense he's going up against. He's going to get his yards. He's elite at throwing downfield, huge chunk plays. And I think that this week against the Bengals, he's finally going to get 300 yards. I think that this is the week that it's going to happen. And he's going to light him up for the first time in his career in the
He's
NFL.
looking it up right now to see if
He's
he
going to
has
have a 300-yard
yards.
game, and it's going to be awesome.
He's never had a 300-yard game?
He has not had a 300-yard game.
Who has the passing yards lead this year?
Is it Drake May?
I don't actually know. Let's can you look that up.
Yeah, we can look it up. But I'm saying I'm picking the Patriots this
It's
weekend.
Drake May.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm picking
Great.
Yeah. I'm picking the
with
Patriots
you.
this weekend.
I love it. Yeah,
This is going to be the week where he goes for 300.
right. I mean, he's
BFD.
What's that?
Haven't had their bye.
Oh, they haven't had their bye yet.
Yeah.
That's a
Per
good
game.
point.
Oh, so per
Extra
game.
yeah. Per game.
Per game,
Who's the
he is
leader?
not first. That would be Daniel Jones.
Actually, I don't know if that's true. He still could be first.
No, he's not. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, okay.
Per game, Daniel Jones is 1, Patrick Mahomes is 2, Brock Purdy 3, Dak Prescott 4, Drake May 5.
That's great.
top 5. That's really good.
Top 5. It's outstanding. And again, I'm saying like he has been incredible this year. There's no arguing that.
Has he gotten?
No, can I get? I'll take. I'm gonna get that clip. That was a great clip. I liked what you just said. Everything you just said.
Yeah. He's going to go for, I'm going to say 304 this week.
So not blow by it.
No, it's going to be a breakout performance.
Okay.
Just put a pin in that, Hank.
I'm with you. I'm riding.
All right.
I'm happy you've turned the corner.
What's the over-under on his yards this weekend?
I don't know. You got to hammer it.
I'm going to hammer it.
Hammer it. Prop of the year?
300 plus.
Prop of the year?
I might adjust it up to 300.
Might be prop of the year.
Yep.
Mac or Memes, is Tyrod Taylor your starting quarterback now?
He is the starting quarterback now.
Because I saw Aaron Gledd's doing this funny thing where people, the media, he does his press conference and then they ask him a question and he says, I don't know, ask this reporter.
He said, ask Diana.
Yeah, he did that last week too about someone. He's like, ask this guy.
Did he say it today?
Yeah, he said, ask Diana.
I love Aaron Glennon versus the press. He just hates the press.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was right.
He was right. Apparently, he was going to the week Woody Johnson slandered Justin Fields, that was the week he was going to start Tyrod, but he was hurt. So this was always the plan, and now you have to evaluate everybody on your team to see if they're going to be on the team next year. So that's where you get Tyrod slinging the ball.
This is always the plan.
This
Always.
is the plan.
Always
We're
the
sticking
plan.
to Did you see on the Manning cast last night who the guest was?
No. Oh, George Bush?
President George W. Bush was on the Manning cast. They've had now 3 war criminals on that show.
Mm-hmm.
Ravel up next, I'm sure.
Who's the other two?
Condoleezza Rice,
Okay.
Barack Obama.
Okay.
So they're just loading it up. They're loading it up. It was. I saw that. I was like, this guy's going to pitch a Saudi Arabian team. Let's put the Texans in the NFC Middle East.
The Manning cast they booked some big time guests.
Huge guess. Actually, I can't fault them for it. I would take George W. Bush on this show.
I would not. But I don't want to take any politician.
Oh, I would love to interview George W. Bush.
Just talk baseball the whole
baseball
time?
with him. Can you go back in time and become commissioner of baseball?
PG, how many times has Jane Daniels gone for over 300 yards?
Oh.
At least once.
How many?
I think. Well, I know he had 299 yards against the Lions in the playoffs. Remember that?
Not
Not
300.
I know, but it was the second round of the playoffs to reach the NFC Championship game, which is pretty crazy. And he had 299 yards. I know he's had it one time. I think it was against the Bears.
That would be it.
Yeah.
Okay. So he had,
A
and a
solid
lot of,
one.
And now Drake gets to join the
and-
fraternity.
how many yards was it against the Bears?
300.
326.
Okay, so a lot of it was the tipped
Mm.
Hail Mary.
I mean, that counts too.
it does.
He had a lot of drops too. We're not counting the drops as yards that would have counted.
No, yeah. I mean, that's, yeah.
Okay.
Really impressive.
Well, yeah, Drake gets to join. Welcome to the club, Drake.
Welcome to the club.
We'll have a big party for him.
Okay, let's do hot seat, cool throne. This is fun. This is fun.
Hank
It's
is
fun.
now looking up spreadsheets.
How you got?
No, I don't know. That's the thing. Like, that's where it's like, all you do is think about Drake May and the Patriots. I don't have to worry about you or Jane Daniels. Like, you guys are just a sad existence. It makes me laugh. You make me laugh. You're a funny guy.
All right, that's great. Listen, hey, I'm believing in Drake May. I'm not thinking about Drake May, but when I see his
prop of the year.
yeah,
On
I'm
a Tuesday.
yeah,
Prop of the year
Spent
on
your
a
entire
Tuesday.
Monday
Who does that? That's
worrying
it.
about
Yeah.
Drake May and the Bengals game on Sunday.
Hank, if you learn how to gamble, first of all, maybe the Hungry Dog would hit every now and again.
Hungry Dog's up on the season.
Second of all,
Is it?
Yeah.
Second of all, you want to bet these games on a Tuesday before the lines move.
How many times did you hit it?
Once, 15-1.
Oh, okay, so it is still up, but we're getting closer to not being up.
Yeah, I mean, is Monday nights up on the season?
No,
Okay.
I never said they were.
You wanted to say the Hungry Dog's not, but it is.
No, I mean I didn't know that it was up because I didn't
Is
know you
it?
hit what.
That was
Yeah, is it?
That was rude.
Yeah, because I know you only hit it once. I didn't know what the odds were on.
That's the beauty of the Hungry Dog. You just got to hit twice.
Right.
I'm going to hit it 3 times.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I can hit it once, then
Can I
can
bet
hit it
against
twice.
No.
You're hitting 3 times.
Yeah, bet against it every week.
Well, I'd be up.
False.
Oh, how many times have you gotten swept?
I don't know. I don't worry about that.
Okay,
Loss
so
to loss.
it could be not false.
I don't know.
Who's to say?
It's impossible. We'll never know.
But you can just say no.
We'll never fucking
Yeah.
know.
Listen, Hank, I want you to have the same faith in Drake that I have. That's all I'm asking.
I have the utmost faith in Drake, man.
Okay.
Okay, let's do Hot Seat Cool Throne. Hot Seat Cool Throne brought to you by Twisted Tea. It's that time of year again. Thanksgiving's coming up, and you know what that means. Football, food, and, of course, Twisted Tea. Twisted Tea is a refreshing hard iced tea with 5% alcohol, meaning it's got the perfect kick to get you through running into your ex at the hometown bar, or for when Uncle Rick starts telling the same story about his fantasy team for the 5th year in a row. It tastes like real iced tea, because it actually is real brewed tea, plus no carbonation. That's key. You can drink these all day long at tailgates, Friendsgiving, Thanksgiving Eve, or whenever you find yourself running off for a second away from Aunt Carol. I love Twisted Tea. I'm going to drink some Thanksgiving week. Absolutely. We got a couple days off. Watch some football, drink some Twisted Teas. You got the originals. You got the half and half PFT loves. I love the peach as well. So this Thanksgiving, whether you're watching football, dodging relatives, or keeping the party rolling with the boys, make sure you've got a Twisted Tea in your hand and keep it twisted with Twisted Tea. Grab a refreshing Twisted Tea today. Hank.
Hot seat is Max.
Oh,
why?
Italian pasta.
Oh, yeah.
what happened?
There's
I know about this.
You know about this?
Yep, I do.
Did you fall to your knees in a Walmart when you found out?
In a
No,
Walmart?
You gotta pay a little extra.
But there's 13 major Italian pasta brands that might stop shipping to the U.S. because of a tariff.
It sounds
Wait, which ones?
Pasta Garofalo, La Molisana, Rumo,
It's like the
Agritalia, Aldino, Antici Tradizioni, Barilla Gruppo Milo, Pastifico Argentino,
So not the blue box.
I think that's American.
Okay.
Pastifiso.
Yeah.
I don't even know
It's
what
a-
brand that is.
Yeah,
but the
what
blue
is that?
box.
Blue box with a red
Is
thing
it?
on it?
I don't know. I need the blue box I love the blue box because it has the window. You can
see exactly
the
what
pasta.
you're getting,
You're like,
yeah.
oh, there's that
I
pasta.
guarantee you Jeff DeLo knows the
I
exact
think they
brand
all
name.
got the window.
Barilla?
All of
Yeah,
like
Barilla.
the major ones.
This is a time where it'd be a real shame if a few cartons of those fell off a truck. Like there's a way to get around paying these high prices.
So, Max,
Take matters in your own hands.
Did you drop to your knees at Walmart?
I just bought some fresh pasta last night.
Italiano?
Did you say Italian?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yes.
Italiano.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So if you buy fresh pasta, it's still going to be expensive, but the price
Yeah,
isn't going
no,
up.
like fresh like places will make fresh pasta here.
Do you
It's
make-
just the imported like from Italy pasta, like dried pasta?
Why are they stopping that?
Tariffs.
Ah.
We're getting tariffs.
A lot of
Shit.
tariffs.
Shit.
You should have to pay tariffs on Jordan Mailata too.
That'd be funny.
H-1B visa for him? I don't know.
No, thank you.
Okay. Here's something I'm gonna say. Don't know enough about tariffs to have any opinion.
It sounds
Still don't really understand them.
It sounds fun. Like it would be a fun time to be like, I'm gonna put a tariff on that.
Yeah. I took Econ 101, I think. I actually might not have. So yeah, I don't know. It's okay sometimes to just say don't know and just walk away.
That's how I live my life.
Yeah.
All I
thus
know is
far.
that the pasta.
I took an international business class.
Did you?
I just remember it because it was like the 8 a.m. class I ever took, and it was terrible.
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that. Econ.
My cool throw is Lawrence Taylor.
Oh.
Remember at the beginning of the year when Abdul Carter got drafted, he wanted Lawrence Taylor's number, and
Yeah.
Lawrence Taylor declined.
Yeah.
Abdul Carter has just been missing meetings. He was asleep in the facility, missing walkthroughs.
Lawrence Taylor would
He
never.
got benched for the start of games. So that was the right decision by Lawrence Taylor.
I mean, but yeah, Hank,
I
you
said
have
Lawrence
to.
Carter. Lawrence Taylor.
If you compare like what Lawrence Taylor did when he was on that, they at one
He
point.
produced, though.
Yeah, he produced. At one point, I remember reading a story that he wrote where they had to like go wake him up in his hotel room, and he had just like cocaine everywhere.
And then he went out and probably had 7
Yes,
Yes.
yes, that was the end of that anecdote. Was like he went to the game, he had 4 sacks that day. But yeah, Abdul Carter. It more so tells you that I don't think Abdul Carter had ever met Lawrence Taylor before he got drafted, because if he had, I think he would have been too afraid to ask Lawrence Taylor for
Yeah.
the jersey number.
Yeah.
Didn't Lawrence Taylor, tell us a story that he was once partying so much that he drove by the Meadowlands and
Yes.
saw the lights on and was
Yes.
like, fuck, we have a game tonight.
Yeah.
So funny.
How many times did you show up without sleeping on game day?
On game day? What day
Or the
is game
Saturday
day?
walkthrough? Yeah. Which, a game day is Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, really. Now, I am a big believer in getting at least 2 or 3 hours of sleep before a game. I'm a big believer.
Okay.
So
Yeah, you gotta get a couple.
You got to. You got to get
a couple.
I've been known to come in a little late for the game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Would anyone ever say anything, or were they just like, LT,
Why?
we know LT's going to be
Why?
here?
What difference does it make if I show up there at 11:30 or 12:30 or 1:30? Well, 1:30.
1:30's a little late.
Second half.
A little late. Okay.
Yeah, a little late.
You're an impact sub for
Yeah.
the second half.
Yeah.
I mean, but listen, hey, I show up on the field, I'm there.
What was the latest you ever showed up?
Second quarter.
To a game?
Yeah.
Okay.
How'd you do that game?
I had a great game we were playing New England. And this is the first when they started playing Sunday night football games. You used to play Monday night football games, but now no Sunday night football game. So I'm thinking the game is on Monday night. I don't know why I didn't ask, but I just didn't ask. And I'm riding, and I see all these cars over at the stadium. I said, "Oh shit, what's going on over here?" Got a game, man. So hey, I got this about second quarter, just about one play before the second quarter.
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
That was a good game though.
Yeah.
You have any sacks?
Yeah, a couple.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. So yeah,
It looked like a miscommunication.
it was a miscommunication. Carter said he spoke to Kafka about it on FaceTime, called it. So he took a little nap.
No, he was getting treatment. Apparently, there was a change in practice time, and he didn't know that there was a change in practice time. And he was in the building getting treatment done.
Got it.
And it looks like they cleared it up.
Do they not have like
You're defending the Giants?
I'm Abdul Carter.
Do they not have like?
Wait, so was he benched or not, though? Why would he be benched?
Because Kafka didn't know that he was in the building. This is what I'm saying. In our elementary schools growing up, they had
Being late to
a
meetings
PA
has been an
system
issue during
where
Carter's
if they were
rookie
trying to
season.
find somebody, they could just be like, Abdul Carter, please report to the practice field.
Right.
And then he's in the training room and he's like, oh shit, I'm late for practice. Better get out there.
Abdul Carter, your mom has brought your lunch.
Exactly. Yeah.
That kind of thing. Okay, PFT, your hot seat, cool throne.
Okay. Hank, good hot seat, cool throne.
You good hot seat, cool throne, Hank.
Thanks.
You're welcome. My hot seat is Draymond Green. He got into it with a fan at the game the other night, and the fan was allegedly calling him Angel Reese because he was missing a bunch of layups, getting his own rebounds.
That's funny.
That's funny.
It's
Me
funny.
bounds.
And he was getting me bounds. And then Draymond got up into the fan's face. The fan stood up, and it turns out that the fan was like 6'8", and much bigger than Draymond Green, like looking down on him. And so then they got into a nice, calm conversation courtside where cooler heads prevailed. I'm not saying that Draymond was intimidated by how big this guy was once he stood up. It's like Shooter turning around and seeing Jaws
Right.
at the golf tournament. But they had a nice little conversation, and then the guy afterwards, he was explaining his side of the story, and he was like, "Yeah, they kicked me out, but listen, I've been kicked out of many sporting events before, and what I said did not rise to the level of being kicked out." So at first I was like, I like this guy.
Yeah.
And then he gave the interview, and he was like, as a man who constantly gets kicked out of basketball games, they should not have asked me to leave this one.
Right, I know where the line is.
Yeah.
Usually I'm way past it.
I didn't even get close to it this time.
I like that.
But it was a very funny visual seeing Draymond get up into his face, and it's like, oh shit, this guy's huge.
Yeah.
Then my cool throne is Cam Scatterbo. Cam Scatterbo recovering from injury. I don't know if he's still on the scooter or not. It was unclear because I saw him at a wrestling event at MSG the other night, taking part in the wrestling theatrics. Like, I think he shoved Roman Reigns.
Yeah, it was him and some of his offensive linemen and Andrew Schultz.
And Andrew Schultz is there, which checks out. And then Scatterbo was like in the middle of it. I think that this is a problem for the Giants because Scatterbo is an awesome player. I love him. He is going to get him, every time he's injured, he's going to get himself more injured.
Yeah.
And you can't tell him to stop because he's like a hyperactive child. I'll put it this way. My dog Blake has had 3 major joint surgeries. He had double elbows at one point. He had a knee. Every time he gets a surgery, I keep him in his crate and I keep him sedated for like a month. Because if he's up and he's walking around, he's going to try to run. He's going to try to jump on and off the furniture. He's going to try to play.
Right.
So for his own good, I keep him on the edge of being passed out for like 3-4 weeks at a time. Kafka needs to consider a similar treatment for Cam
Sedate him.
Scadaboo.
Yeah.
Put him in a crate for a little bit. Put a cone on him.
Yep.
Just keep him. He would probably just start funneling beers out of it. But keep him calm, stationary for a little bit. Because when I saw him, I was like not surprised at all.
No.
That he was participating in a WWE match essentially from the sidelines.
He probably wanted to be in the ring.
And it looked like the best time ever.
Yeah, they probably were like, hey, we can't actually legally put you in the ring because you're very injured.
Yeah.
This guy had a bone going through his leg 3 weeks ago.
He tried to walk it off.
Yeah.
He was like, I got this.
All credit to Big Dom for bringing those the cheesesteaks and the pizzas.
Massive credit.
Big Dom was also there.
Big Dom was all. Wait, who's there?
He
or
was
was
also at Monday Night
Oh,
Raw.
Obviously.
He was keeping an eye on.
What do you mean,
Cam.
obviously?
Of course he was there.
Why?
Cooper Jean wanted to go, so he brought security. Our guy's not allowed to have security anymore?
I mean, we talked about this when he visited Cam in the hospital. He's like, it'd be a real shame if you said anything. I think keep your mouth shut.
He was in the ring.
Here's some cheesesteaks, and then all of a sudden he's following Cam Scadaboo around to make sure that he's not talking.
Mm-hmm.
Big Dom had nothing to do with the actual production. He was just watching.
You got a problem with him being there?
No, I'm saying like obviously he was
he's there. Yeah.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
Oh, Cam, that's crazy that our paths keep crossing like this. Anyways, it's good to see you. I'll be around if you need anything. You know where to find me. I'm never too far away, Cam.
I'm always watching.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my hot seat is Arkansas fans because James Franklin has taken the job at Virginia Tech and they're very much in their feels.
Yeah,
Called it.
Listen, great call by James Franklin.
Yeah.
I think that Virginia Tech is a much better fit right now than Arkansas is for him.
I thought the people at Virginia Tech were fucking with, or someone was just like drunk saying that to me, and I was like, oh hell yeah,
Yeah.
they were on it.
I have a take that I don't know how it will be received, but there was a lot of people being like, why is James Franklin taking a job when he has $50 million buyout? Because now they negotiated the buyout's only $9 million because he got his salary at Virginia Tech is mitigating some of it. I feel like you don't get to a point where you are successful enough to get a $50 million buyout unless you have that like killer instinct competitive drive. So everyone's like who basically says, if I had that $50 million buyout, I'd sit on my couch. That's just not how James Franklin is wired.
Yeah, he wants to coach. Also, it shows that I guess he had a pretty good relationship with Penn State.
Right.
Because what he could have done is he could have taken a much lower salary at Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
And then kept Penn State on the hook for most of his salary and kind of fucked them over that way if he was pissed off at him.
Yeah, I think that these type of guys are what?
That's
Max?
wrong. That's wrong.
What?
This is coming from Penn State fans. They think the relationship between Penn State and James Franklin is very bad because he hasn't done a thank you Penn State, thank you fans post yet.
Well, that's
okay.
soft by Penn State.
Yeah, that is that. Yeah,
It's
Max,
incredibly soft.
the man willingly elected to take $9 million
Instead of 50.
Instead of 50.
That's because that has nothing to do with Penn State. That has to do with,
I think it has a little bit to do with Penn State. I think he could have obviously he wouldn't have coached at Virginia Tech for $0. But I'm saying that in the negotiation process, he probably could have gotten that buyout down to like 15 or 20 mil from Penn State and then told Virginia Tech, you can keep some of this money. I'm getting the money that you would have given me from Penn State. I'm saying business-wise.
Yeah, he did them a solid.
He did Penn State a favor.
Why didn't you follow Lane Johnson?
What?
Why don't you follow Lane Johnson on Twitter?
Wow.
I can follow.
That's crazy.
That is nuts.
Crazy work. But do you guys agree with me? Like, because there's a lot of, I just saw it. It's in front of my face. There's a lot of people like, why would he ever go back to coaching? His $50 million buyout, I'd go play golf and sit on my ass. You don't get to the point of James Franklin's success if money's the only thing. Money, his competitive nature is why he got to the point of, like, if you are someone who's going after money, you're probably not going to get it the way that James Franklin did. James Franklin's going after being an awesome coaching. He needs football to live.
I think it's one thing to say that about a guy that's as young as James Franklin, and it's another thing to say it about a guy that's like towards the end of his career, where he's like, I'm going to retire, I'm going to take the TV money, and I'm going to keep getting paid from the college.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But he's got so much. Like,
he wants to. Yeah,
he'd go crazy if he retired.
Yeah, he's not. James Franklin is not a man that was ever thinking about retiring off this, ever. That was never a consideration for him. It was always like, oh, is he going to go to Auburn? Is he going to go to Arkansas? Is he going to go to Florida?
People just love to spend other people's money online.
That is true.
General sense.
That is true. But yeah, I think it's a great hire for for Virginia Tech. I think that this is probably as close to a perfect fit as it gets.
Yeah. Okay. My cool throne is I have two of them. One is Shedeur Sanders because it looks like he's going to start, so that also means he's going to get first team reps. Congratulations to him.
Against all odds.
That's going to be huge against all odds. The discourse on Shedeur Sanders is so fucking funny. Hank, you were right that we needed it as a take show. We needed him to win against the Ravens. Now we need him to win against the Raiders and look awesome. So it basically becomes, if they had ever given him first team reps, he would have been incredible. Because if he's bad this week, then we're going to be in trouble. It does not look good for him, though, because the stat is this would be the 18th different QB to make his first career start in the regular season for the Browns since they returned to the NFL in 1999. Those QBs are 0-17.
Stop. That is crazy.
That is wild.
It's insane.
I need him to win. Need him to win, even if he looks bad winning this weekend.
Oh, yeah, that's hungry dog all day.
Yeah. Big time hungry dog. And then my other cool throne is meeting women, because I don't know if you guys saw this trend going around, but Bill Ackman, I think he's a Wall Street guy. I don't know.
This Bill Ackman guy, no one knew who he was until 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And now we're all supposed to know who Bill Ackman is. He's like a billionaire. He fancies himself to be a writer sometimes on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's the most boring, weird guy that I've ever encountered online. And now, you can go ahead with it.
Yeah.
But everything I hear him say, I'm just like, this is a guy that I wouldn't have fun hanging out with.
He's someone who he has billions of dollars, I assume. You don't have to also be famous. Just enjoy your billions. That would,
He's a guy that put himself into that tennis tournament.
Yeah.
And all the tennis players got upset
like,
about
what the
it. Yeah.
fuck? So he said, I hear from many young men that
was funny.
Yeah, that was, ridiculous. I hear from many young men that they find it difficult to meet young women in a public setting. In other words, the online culture has destroyed the ability to spontaneously meet strangers. As such, I thought I would share a few words that I used in my youth to meet someone that I found compelling. I would ask, may I meet you? Before engaging further in a conversation I almost never got a no. I feel like you never got a no, dude, because that's really weird to walk up to someone and say, may I meet you?
Yeah, you know what he got a shitload of? What?
Okay.
Or get away from me?
Yeah. No, of course you didn't get a no. No, everyone's confused by that. Zach, are you willing to maybe go and try that out this weekend?
That sounds extremely uncomfortable. But I'll do anything.
I think you could land the plane. Just give us one may I meet you.
That's a tough plane to land, but I'll rip it. May I meet you if you need me to?
I actually think, like, knowing you,
may I meet
you would say
That's
that.
tough.
Yeah, you would say that, though, by accident.
Whatever happened
That
to
would be.
whatever happened to saying hi? Hi.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Bill. What's your name?
Whatever happened to staring at a girl across the bar, locking eyes with her once, never talking to her, and then going home being like, yeah, I could have fucked her.
She wanted me.
Whatever happened to that?
Whatever happened to seeing women in public and then getting scared and then going home and be like, man, I wish I had said something.
Yeah, she definitely locked eyes with me for
That's
a
a
minute.
much better way to handle it. May I meet you?
Oh, this is the Nick O'Neill choose rich guy who's a troll. This has now become too much internet. Yeah, that's the problem too, is now that this has gone viral, he's like, yeah, it's very tough for people in the internet day and age to meet girls. Now he's setting it up that people walk up and say, may I meet you? The women are going to be like, oh, you're that online?
Yeah.
That you're taking it from Bill Ackman?
It's kind of funny, though. You kind of mentioned it earlier that as rich as you can get, you can be one of the top, 10 wealthiest dudes in the world, and you can still long for acceptance online.
Yeah.
You can still be like, I wish that my social media profile was a little bit bigger.
They want to be, you could have billions and billions of dollars, and you still are like, I wish people would recognize me and I could be famous. How much does this guy have? Can we look it up? Can we look up how much Bill Ackman has?
Billions.
Because I'll just go back to it. I've said it a million times. I think it's a very strong take that I've had for a long time. If you are a billionaire and you don't own a professional sports team, you're a loser. That's a fact. That's what you should do. You have $9.4 billion. Go buy a team, dude. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason you get that much money is to go buy a team.
$9.4 billion.
I think these guys, their sports teams are just political parties.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I kind of own the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
Watch them play every November.
May I meet you?
Been a disappointing couple years. We're getting a great draft pick, though.
He said, I think the combination of proper grammar and politeness was the key to its effectiveness. You might give it a try. And yes, I think it should also work for women seeking men as well as same-sex interactions. Oh, thanks. He's opening it up to the gays. Just 2 cents from an older, happily married guy concerned about our next generation's happiness and population replacement rates.
I love that he threw in the population replacement rates at the very end.
Yeah.
You know what? I've got the key to repopulating the globe. It's may I meet you.
May I meet you? No, you can't.
Chicks are going to be dropping their panties left and right.
Hottest thing
with
you could
can
say.
I meet you?
That's double consent.
So good.
Oh, all right, Zach.
My hot seat this week is going to be Nick Naracina. I may be pronouncing that name incorrectly, but I believe it's Naracina.
Yeah.
He recently went out in Thailand with a big group of friends after a night out, and what I can assume is they were inspired by The Hangover 2. They decided to get black henna face tattoos, but I think black henna is either illegal or banned in the United States for good reason, because now it's like scabbing and burning into his face, and he may be left with a permanent Mike Tyson face tattoo.
Do you watch his streams? He's a friend of Barstool. Danny Lance grew up with him.
Yeah, he's an entertaining guy for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now that's
worried-
going to stay there for the rest of his life?
I'm worried he may have there's a chance he has that on his face for a while now. It's like scabbed and like scarring up a little bit.
Oof.
Not a good spot to be
He'll
in.
be okay. And if he's not, he'll look cool. He's a good-looking guy. He'll be like, I got a good story to tell.
Yeah, I guess he is like traditionally handsome enough to pull off the Mike Tyson face tat.
Right.
If anybody's going to do it.
And just be like, yeah, I got this in Thailand. It was a fucking crazy story. I feel like that might be better than May I Meet You.
Does that happen to every person that gets a black henna tattoo?
I believe the place that he went to and got it from, there's a bunch of other reviews of other guys that have the same one burned on their face.
Got to go to Yelp. Got to go on Yelp. before you
Nick
get a
really
black henna
should do
tattoo.
a copy-paste of the Bill Ackman tweet, and instead of May I Meet You, be like, get a black henna tattoo in Thailand and have it scab up.
Yeah.
It will open up all women will be interested in what you have to say. Probably will do well for him.
They probably have a higher success rate than May I Meet You.
May I Meet You?
May I Meet You is tough.
I want to see one. Can you try one?
I'll try it for you, yeah, certainly. But I can't promise results.
Zach's
Maybe
gonna
a
do it.
punk on Friday.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Zach's gonna do it to the person at McDonald's, like giving him his food. He's like, "May I meet you?"
Shoot or shoot?
Yeah.
That is okay.
Zach, are you roadieing this weekend?
Yes, sir. We're going to make sure you get all your gear.
I love it.
Love it.
I think Big Cat and Max are singing a song with us on Friday.
I'm gonna try.
Hank,
Gotta get myself up for it.
your thoughts? Do you want to sing?
Yeah, you asked me this. I was like, do you want me to? Like, you don't have to.
Oh,
Yeah, but you didn't answer. You can if you want. No pressure.
I'm a bad singer. If you want me to, I would love to. But
You're not bad at anything.
oh, thanks.
You're great. We love you.
Yeah.
You're our guy. Your cool throne, Zach.
My cool throne this week is Jake Paul.
Oh,
Jake Paul found a replacement fight for the Tank Davis fight that got canceled. But it's Anthony Joshua this time.
ooh.
Okay.
Not good.
No, he's gonna,
Former heavyweight champion.
he's gonna get fucked up.
But as far as like pool goes, I think Anthony Joshua's got a great pool. So I think it was a good swap.
I'm out.
Well, no,
I'm out on all the Jake Paul fights.
But here's what he's doing, PFT.
No.
He's now getting to the point where he's maybe getting to a point where you could see him get knocked out, and that's where people get back
that's
in.
what he's been trying to do
I
for
know.
every fight. Every fight has been, this guy could knock him out. This
No,
guy.
but
This one is
if-
apparently way
Yeah.
different.
This
Way
would be the
different.
one.
If Jake Paul is agreeing to fight
It never
anybody-
is.
Yes. If Jake,
I think this
listen,
could be the one.
If Jake
Nope.
Paul is agreeing to fight anybody, it's because he has an understanding that he's not going to get knocked out, because the second he starts getting his ass kicked, that's when he stops making money off all these fights.
I think even if there's an agreement in the ring, like at a certain point, like these guys are competitors, maybe egos get involved, Anthony Joshua could still just starch them.
I think he could too, but I don't think that Jake Paul is taking fights with the understanding that he might lose.
This could be the one.
The faucet stops running the second he gets his ass kicked twice in a row.
I went through a rabbit hole yesterday of like going through this, and like real fight people are basically saying that this is like very dangerous.
Yes. He's
Like
this
this
might
is
be the
way
end.
different than every other person.
and that's
that
all
he's
anyone
fought.
wants to see. So I'm gonna buy it. Is it on Netflix?
It's on Netflix.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
Yeah,
so
you
I
don't
already
have to
bought
buy
it. Already
Yeah.
bought it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to our interview with Booger McFarland, and then we'll finish up with Guys on Chicks.
Before we get to Booger, he's brought to you by The Farmer's Dog. You know what time it is? It's time for a fresh approach to dog food. That's where The Farmer's Dog comes in. It's developed by board-certified nutritionists. The Farmer's Dog is human-grade dog food that's made with real meat and veggies and cooked gently to preserve all the nutrients. Traditional pet food is highly processed. It's difficult to portion correctly, but The Farmer's Dog has changed all that. They have freshly made food. They take the guesswork out of serving sizes. They precisely portion your dog's food based on their unique nutritional needs. The pre-portioned packs are simple to serve. They ensure your dog is eating the right amount to keep them healthy, keep them thriving. Plus, The Farmer's Dog delivers right to your door, automatically sending you new food as soon as you're running low. And they have 24/7 customer support with real people because sometimes you have a burning question about your dog's food at 2 a.m. Get 50% off your first box of fresh, healthy food at thefarmersdog.com/bigcat. My dog Blake eats The Farmer's Dog. He loves it. Every morning he leads me downstairs. He's pumped for breakfast. He's pumped for dinner. He loves The Farmer's Dog. It's delicious. Your dog will love it. It's healthy. Plus, you get free shipping. Just go to thefarmersdog.com/bigcat. Get 50% off. That's thefarmersdog.com/bigcat. Booger is also going to be brought to you by our great friends over at Chevy and their all-new Silverado, which you can find today. Go online, build your custom-made Chevy Silverado right now. It's the perfect truck for the tailgate. It's great if you're going to work or if you're gearing up for kickoff. There's one ride that's always game ready. It is the Chevy Silverado. It's our favorite truck. It's all grit. Job site to tailgate. Silverado lets you show up strong and tackle any task. It's built for the hustle, ready for the game. The Silverado is America's most dependable full-size truck. For J.D. Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Head to Chevy.com to learn more and build your own Chevy Silverado today. And now, here's Booger McFarland.
Okay, we now welcome on a very, 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 very special guest. It is our good friend Booger McFarland, talking college football, talking pro football. Boog, good to see you. It's been a while. I don't think we've seen you since week 1. Do you have any donuts you're going to eat?
Yeah, of course I have donuts.
Oh,
Donuts
I love it. I love it.
Are we going with
Donuts
Krispy
are good.
Kreme?
Of course.
Okay.
It's the best way to go.
All right, I'm gonna let you off the hook for now. I actually think that just the fact that you had the donuts means that the bet is paid off, because it will be tough for you to eat donuts and answer questions.
That's cool.
And I know you're a man of integrity, so you'll probably eat the rest of them after, and you're also fat, so you'll eat the rest of them after.
Whoa. Hey, based on a picture I saw this weekend where you had your shirt off.
Illegal. I said no screenshots.
I didn't take a screenshot, but I did see the picture. And you were in a very vulnerable position. You have no reason to call anybody fat.
Okay. Yes, it was tough. I had to bend over in the cold tub, but I am back in the gym, so everything's good. We'll revisit. I'm doing a body reveal. My next body reveal is April 27th. I'm gonna do a body reveal.
What's gonna change?
Everything. Literally everything. I put on the big sweatshirt for the next 6 months. When I take this thing off on April 27th, you're going to be like, oh, my God, how did he do it? Probably TRT.
Are you doing the Serena with the Rose Sparks or in the Barkley? Are you Ozempic, Manjaro? What are you doing?
No, I eat too much. I like eating too much. I'm going to probably try to do TRT.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
Testosterone replacement therapy.
Oh, okay.
Steroids.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, right. All right, let's talk some ball, though. I want to actually start with the NFL, and then we'll do some college football. We were talking about this on Monday's show. How many teams do you trust that you're like, I have no doubt about them that they can be there in late January? And what are those teams?
That's the thing about this year. I don't know if I really trust I don't know if I really trust anybody. Like if you think about the best teams in the league, let's look at the NFC. The Philadelphia Eagles, they got a lot of turmoil up there based on who's catching the ball, who's getting all the credit. Detroit, the Rams, Seattle. Like, if you force me to pick one, I'd probably say the Rams.
Okay.
Matthew Stafford is playing at an MVP level. The defense is young. It's outstanding. I love how they run the football. Sean McVay is one of the best play callers. So I guess if I had to choose one team on the NFC side, it would be the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
On the AFC side, I love Daniel Jones in the resurrection, but do we really trust him in a big game? I
Mm-hmm.
like Bo Nix. I like the win they got against Kansas City, but are we really willing to risk our money on Bo Nix? I'm not really sure who you trust. The Chiefs are the Chiefs. Right now, they're not a good football team, but I think we know more about them in crunch time, or at least we used to. And the team I probably trust the most right now is the Rams, and
Okay.
and that's on both sides of the ledger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. And when you're talking about the Eagles, I think that the Eagles should be a dominant team. Their roster is as good as any team in football, as I think. We've been talking a lot about their offense and how frustrating it gets. You mentioned the wide receiver position. Booger, you played with some. We use this term not as a slam or an insult, but as something that we appreciate about the NFL at times. The diva wide receiver.
Absolutely.
It feels like if you're a diva wide receiver, that's a guy that can make a difference. I also just kind of like the antics. I like what happens and all the stories that kind of come out of that. It seems like the Eagles are going through some of that with A.J. Brown. You played with a few diva wide receivers in your career. You played with Keyshawn, right?
Yeah.
Dominant wide receiver. What is the key to keeping a diva wide receiver happy besides throwing them the football? Because A.J. Brown does get the football. He gets it thrown his way, but he doesn't really appreciate the ways that they're throwing to him. So can you just say, like, how do you keep a diva happy?
Okay, so it's very similar to how we keep our significant others happy. You make them feel good. You tell them how good they are. You tell them how pretty they look. You throw them a football. You take them out to eat. You make them smile. You tell them jokes. You make them laugh. Because to your point, A.J. Brown is getting the ball just as much as he did last year. However, he seems to be unhappy. And I think there's an interesting dynamic that's happening in football. And you guys tell me if you agree. Jacksonville, Miami, Philadelphia, Arizona. You know what those four teams have in common? The quarterback is the highest paid player on the team, but he's not the best player.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you have that dynamic, the guys, I'm not going to use the word respect, but there's always something when the guy making the most money is not the best player. And I think if you look at Philadelphia, A.J. Brown basically said it. He's like, cool, I'm cool with the championship. That's great. I love the ring, but this is the new year. And right now, our offense is not performing at a high enough level. And I think he's calling everybody out, including himself. And I think when you look at it, yeah, he's getting the targets, but the offense is not performing. So he's really not complaining about himself. He's complaining about the offense because he's getting the requisite targets. So I just think it's one of those dynamics that happens in that situation. Now, look, Philly is so talented. They probably could still win the Super Bowl based on the talent with all the turmoil going on. I think they're that good. But there's something to be said for that little caveat that I just added. Think about those situations around the league. Quarterback's the highest paid player on the team, but he's not the best player.
Mm-hmm.
In those situations, like it's always a little something going on in those situations. It may be a comment here, a comment there, somebody misspoke. Like it's always something on those teams with those dynamics.
That's interesting. I hadn't considered that dynamic, but it does make a lot of sense. They should just have an option where, you know how you buy a cup of coffee and they flip the iPad around on you and you can tip afterwards? Like after a game, Jalen Hurts should be allowed to tip A.J. Brown out. He should just give him an iPad.
Depending on how he plays.
Yeah, can I get $250,000? Thanks, appreciate that.
Hey, I mean, A.J. Brown is paid handsomely now. It's not like I think he's making $28 million a year, something like that, maybe 30. So like these guys are ultra millionaires, ultra rich. They're making the top money at their position. But it's always something in Philadelphia, right? Like it's always something. I think after the season, this is my gut feeling. I think this is A.J. Brown's last season in Philadelphia. I think regardless of whether they win the championship or not, I think they're going to move on from him. And Howie Roseman will continue to do what he's done masterfully, which is rebuild this team through trades and drafts.
In the NFC, besides Philly, and I do think that Philly's the best team in the NFC besides the Rams. Outside of the Rams, Philadelphia, who do you think would be a team that could give like the Eagles a run for their money? Because the Eagles have played a tough schedule. They've beaten almost every good opponent on their schedule. It's not always pretty. But outside those two, is there one that's built in a way that you could see making a run?
Absolutely. I think Seattle is built the right way. People ask me about the Sam Darnold game. Is it a bump in the road or is it a cause for concern? I'm going to go bump in the road right now. I think Sam Darnold has a Ram problem. If you remember when he was in in Minnesota last. The Rams came in there and sacked him like 9 times. I just think Chris Shula and that defense present problems to Sam Darnold. So I don't know if it's a cause for concern yet. I'm just going bump in the road. I think Detroit, like Dan Campbell is the guy, like you know exactly what you're going to get. And I think in a situation where they don't go 0 for 5 on 4th down, they can beat anybody. I love how Detroit's built. I would have said Tampa, but Tampa's too injured right now. And Tampa has a glaring weakness. They can't rush the passer outside of blitzing. So I think there's a clear hierarchy in the NFC. And I'm leaving Green Bay out right now specifically because I don't know if I trust Jordan Love. Like Jordan Love has really not shown us any form of consistency right now. And so I think the clear 4, I guess that's 4 if you look at it, Philadelphia, the Rams, Seattle, Detroit. Like I think those 4, and then you probably follow them with Green Bay, are probably the top 5 in the NFC. But I clearly trust the Rams more than anybody. I think they've been the most consistent team so far in the National Football League on the NFC side.
All right, let me give you a little thought starter on the AFC. If I gave you to get to the Super Bowl, if I gave you the Broncos, the Patriots, and the Colts on one side, or the Bills, Ravens, and Chiefs on the other, which one are you picking, knowing that technically right now the Ravens and Chiefs are not even in the playoffs?
I'm going on the side of the Broncos.
Okay.
You know, like the hardest thing for us to do is let go of the past. Like that's the hardest thing for us to do. Like we are creatures that we love like nostalgia. Like Big Cat. Like it was hard for you. I remember when you were like super fat. Like I remember back. It's like seriously. Like
I was like 20 pounds heavier. Yeah.
Right. I remember when you were super fat. Like those habits that got you super fat, hard to let go. PFT, I remember when you used to ride the bike religiously.
Yeah.
That habit, it's gone. Like it's hard to let go.
Yeah.
So like old habits die really, really hard. And I think we think about the Ravens, the Chiefs, and the Bills. Yes, the best teams. No, they're not. The Ravens' defense is flawed. The Chiefs are 5-5. And if you look at the Bills, if Josh Allen's not Superman, they can't win. I think the teams, the Broncos, the Colts, more complete teams. Now, do we trust the quarterbacks? That's the question. Right. But I do think that those other teams are better teams, if you follow me.
Yeah, it's a very good point because I think there's something to be said where everyone's kind of waiting around for the Chiefs and the Ravens to get their act together, and the Ravens have recently, ever since Lamar got back. But the Chiefs, to me, I thought they were going to win that game against the Broncos on Sunday. I thought that was a perfect spot for the Chiefs off the bye. You see the Chiefs, they had the ball when they're up 3 in the fourth quarter. They can't get a first down. They had the ball when they're tied in the fourth quarter. Can't get a first down. That's not what the Chiefs have been. Like the last 7 years, that's a team that gets those big-time first downs, salts a game away, and the Broncos defense, all credit in the world to them, played lights out, and Bo Nix made the big throw at the end. So do you think, like, there's a world, I'm starting to get on like board with it, the Chiefs could miss the playoffs. They don't have a margin for error anymore with who's in front of them and who has tiebreakers.
If the Chiefs lose to the Colts this Sunday, they're missing the playoffs.
Wow.
Period. Point blank. As a guy who loves election TV around election time, as our guy John King would say, it's just math. It's simple math, guys. They're 5-5 now. If they lose one more, that's 5-6. That's 11. There's only 6 left. Like it comes down to simple math. Like if they lose to the Colts, I'm telling you right now, you can book it. They're not making the playoffs. This is the biggest game, I think, of the quote-unquote Chiefs dynasty or Chiefs magical run. Because the biggest step or the hardest step is always the first step. This will be the first step into them basically kind of the dynasty crumbling. Because if they lose to the Colts, they're not making the playoffs. That's year one. What happens next year? Chris Jones is only a year older. Travis Kelce is only a year older. Like those guys, like this iteration is coming to an end sooner than later, I think. And it all, to me, there's a pivotal point, and it happens this Sunday at Arrowhead against Daniel Jones.
I like that take, and we were talking about how the Chiefs would basically be eliminated with another loss, although the math does technically exist. I think we should go with your route, though, like the election graphic. Booger McFarland now projects the Chiefs will not make the playoffs and put like a check mark on it with an outline of the state of Kansas and Missouri right there. I want to talk to you real quick about the rookie quarterbacks this year.
Yeah.
So Cam Ward, my take on Cam Ward is that we don't know. He might be good. He might not be. I think the position that he's been in Tennessee, like the way that team is organized right now, it feels like we have no idea.
By the way, that is one straddle of the fence kind of take. He may be good or he may not. Like, pick a side. Like, which one is it?
I'm saying it's impossible to know. How do you evaluate that?
But pick one then. Don't just, he might be good, he might be not. No shit.
All right, I'll take he's not good. You take he's good.
I think he's good.
I think he's not good.
He has one of those throws every week where you're like, God damn, that guy's awesome. I love that pass that he just threw. He's got a cannon for an arm. And then he has that play where he just like takes 3 steps back and he just drops the ball on the ground for no reason. So I don't know how to evaluate Cam Ward. That's why you're the expert, Booger. We're bringing you on because we're fucking idiots over here. So help us out. If you're looking at Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, I was really impressed with Shedeur on 3rd and 10 against all odds in that play that he had on Sunday, picking up that first down. But if we're looking at all the rookie QBs, is there one, Jackson Dart obviously using his legs a lot, but how do we evaluate these guys at this stage in their process?
Very young. Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, both of them are super talented. Cam Ward has 0 weapons, and he's not a runner, so he hasn't been able to make some of the plays that Jackson Dart has with his legs. Cam Ward can run, but he's more of a guy that's going to beat you from the pocket. He's made some wild throws. I think the fact that right now he doesn't have the requisite weapons kind of limits him. Calvin really breaking his leg is going to hurt. I think if you're Tennessee, you have to, like, your entire draft should be wide receiver, tight end, wide receiver, tight. Like, draft a bunch of dudes that can catch the football. I think the offensive line has been better than we would have thought. I love Cam Ward. Jackson Dart has to realize, man, like, how many running quarterbacks live to be like 10-year running quarterbacks? Like, when you're a running quarterback, the shelf life doesn't last a long time. He's got to modify his running style. He's been in concussion protocol 4 times. That's not good. Now, I love what he's brought. I love everything about him, all the aura and the mystique he's brought to the Giants and giving the Giants fans hope. And the future looks bright. But you can't have 4 concussions a year. Like, that's not, like, his brain will be jelly by the time he's in year 3. He just can't do that. And hopefully he modifies his running style. Hopefully the next coach will kind of limit the design runs. But I love Jackson Dart, man. He is he's definitely, he's got a little swag. Like He reminds me a little bit of, like, if you see him at his post-game press conference, he's got the chain on. I think I saw him with a grill on. Like, he's got a little bit of swag, PFT.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he's a fun guy to root for. But you just said the same thing about Cam Ward that I said. You said he doesn't have any weapons.
No, but I didn't say he might be good, he might not. I just said he doesn't have any weapons. I think he's good.
Okay, all right.
He's got to take.
So I agree. I agree. I think he's good, but they need to build around him. But I've seen a lot of people being like, the Titans should think about, if they do get that first pick, they should honestly evaluate quarterbacks. And I disagree with that.
Yeah, no, I disagree with that as well. All right, so Booger, let's talk some college football. Let's start with James Franklin of Virginia Tech. I think it's a good move for, obviously, Virginia Tech. Like, he can recruit that area. What do you expect? And also, it feels like there was a lot of fan bases, especially Arkansas, who feels like they are like, what is the point of this? How did we lose out to Virginia Tech? I just think that James Franklin made a good move for, like, his own personal life, for where he can recruit well. And I think it's a fit that's going to get Virginia Tech back to a little bit of relevancy, which they've been just missing for the last however long years.
Yeah, it's an interesting thought. I want you guys to think about this. Let's go back to when Scott Frost was at UCF. And Scott Frost, if you remember, he had a choice between Florida, I think Tennessee, or he could go back to Nebraska. And someone told me a quote. I don't know if it was true or not, but it sure made sense. Why would Scott Frost go to Nebraska over Florida? And it simply said this: if you go to Florida, you're basically, the moment you sign on the dotted line, it's not if you get fired, it's when, because that fan base expects a national championship every single year, and it's hard to deliver. You can go back to your alma mater, Nebraska, and you can basically be there as long as you want. Now, it turned out that wasn't true, but I think you get the premise of the point. I think if you're James Franklin, I think the only other job James Franklin was kind of looking at was Florida State. I think after Florida State won this past weekend, James Franklin got the inclination that Florida State wasn't going to open, so he takes Virginia Tech. I love it. James has coached in that area. Penn State's not too far from Virginia. He's recruited in that area. That's where his base is. That part of the country, if you think about it, he was at Vanderbilt in Nashville, Tennessee. He goes to Pennsylvania. Now he's at Virginia Tech. That area of the country, he understands very well. He knows where the high school players are. He knows all about that area. So I think it's a perfect fit. And the SEC is not built for everybody. And I think James has been in the SEC at Vanderbilt, and he won 8 or 9 games, so he can be successful. I just think he feels it's a better fit for he and his family in Blacksburg. And quite frankly, I can't wait to see James Franklin in the tunnel when they play Inner Sandman, and he's trying to bob a little bit like that. I can't wait for that moment to happen next season.
Yeah. I think it's a great hire. I think that Virginia Tech, what they're looking for is exactly what James Franklin has delivered in his past. If he does what he did at Vandy and what he did at Penn State, and he does that in Blacksburg, they're going to love him, and he's going to stay there forever. He's going to have a lifetime contract. I don't think Virginia Tech has, they actually have like the perfect perspective when it comes to a college football fan base. And a lot of fan bases don't get this, where you're in the conversation. You win 10 games a year. That is an awesome year. You had a great season if you win 10 football games. It's hard to win. And they're happy. They will be happy with that if Franklin can get them in the playoff conversation at Virginia Tech. And I think that that's actually what he's suited for. And they've committed a lot of money to the athletic department now, I think with the overall goal of either joining the Big Ten 5-10 years in the future, or the SEC. So even though he might not be built for the SEC, he might find himself in the SEC at the end of his tenure at Virginia Tech. But I agree. I think it's an awesome hire for Virginia Tech. And then we've got some other dominoes that are going to fall now. Penn State, obviously, still open. And with Penn State, let's just say, what do you think? What do you think in terms of like the coaches that are out there floating around? Who do you think would be the best fit in Happy Valley?
Pat Fitzgerald. Period.
I
Point
agree.
blank.
I agree.
Yeah, like if the Penn State people can get past allegedly what happened at Northwestern, and I know he's been vindicated based on the lawsuit. If the Penn State people can get past that, doesn't it make a lot of sense?
Yeah.
Now I know there's some rumors that Clark Lee also is a candidate there, but like Pat Fitzgerald makes so much sense. I listened to him talk for 30 minutes on a podcast, and I was ready to suit up. I was ready to go outside, and Boog hates cold weather. I was ready to go outside and pack up and head to the Northeast and just get cold and frozen and play for Pat Fitzgerald. Like, that's what I was ready to do.
Yeah.
Who's going to coach your LSU Tigers? You guys feel? I mean, the Lane Kiffin thing is very funny. I think he's staying at Ole Miss. He's going to pretend he's going to LSU. He's going to pretend he's going to Florida, and then they'll announce he's staying at Ole Miss. But who are you guys going to get?
Well, it's funny because, like, I've never been like a true fan. And so to be on social media and watch Florida's fan base, LSU's fan base, Ole Miss's fan base, like go crazy over every rumor, every flight, every this, every that. Like, it's kind of funny to me because I've been on the other side. I've never been like that, like wound up about anything like that. Mm-hmm. To answer your question, I'm not sure. I think LSU is the number one job in the country. I think there are several people who would do a lot to get that job. Whether it's Lane or not, I don't know. Whether it's somebody else, I honestly have no idea. I just know the next coach at LSU has to embrace the culture. Like saying y'all and family can't be something that has to be taught to you on the way to the press conference. Like you have to be able to understand what it's like in the Southeastern Conference. So our athletic director, Verge Osbury, played football at LSU. He's been there 30 years. He's the guy making the hire. So I honestly have no doubt this hire is going to be a home run, whether it's Lane or whether it's somebody else.
How much golf is too much golf for a college football coach to play?
So, number one, you should not golf during the season whatsoever. So let's say at all, 100%, no golfing during the season. So from August to January, no golf. Once the season is over for the next month, probably around a week.
Okay, that's appropriate.
Yes. So let's go 4 rounds there. Then you got to start getting ready for spring practice. Spring practice usually starts in late March. So between January and February, 4 rounds. Between February and March, I'll give you 4 more rounds. Once spring practice starts, so that's 8 rounds so far.
Yeah.
Spring practice is done about April the 15th. So now Since there's only one transfer portal period, you got a little time off you got a little time off April, May, and June. I'm gonna give you 10 rounds late April, May, June. So that's 18 rounds. If your coach is playing more than 20 rounds a year, then you got the wrong coach.
You shouldn't have like a current handicap even.
Well, yeah, somebody should tell Hugh Freeze that.
Yeah. I mean, the transfer portal, it's now what, January 2nd now? 2nd through the 16th? So that's 2 weeks, right? So you got to take 2 weeks off that. So we're down to what, 16 rounds of golf per year now?
16 to 18, no more than that.
That sounds about right.
It does.
Okay, so in terms of the actual playoffs, and we're taping this on Tuesday morning, so we don't know the actual rankings. I don't think there's going to be much change at the top. I'll start with this. Is Georgia back to being Georgia? Because I feel like they are. And their defense is obviously not what it used to be, but their offense is humming right now. What they did to Texas, what they did to Mississippi State. It feels like everyone kind of got off the scent early on because they were not only lost to Alabama, but they also been down in games. They've struggled in some of these games. But It feels like in terms of the SEC, Texas A&M's been great. Alabama's been good, Oklahoma, all these teams, but Georgia, people are kind of forgetting that Georgia, hey, they're going to probably go there, and they're going to be the team that might go the farthest in the SEC.
Agreed. Kirby Smart's the best coach in America. He gets it, and he's got the most confidence, and he can afford that because he's got a couple of national championships. They play a brand of football, Big Cat, that's physical. That means you can take it anywhere, in any weather, against anybody. And like if you watch the game against Texas, it's typical Georgia. Like at some point they're going to impose their will and just basically, it's almost like when Rocky fought Drago. Like no matter how good Rocky looked, you knew at some point Drago, when old boy said from the corner and Drago went crazy on Rocky, like the pure physicality was going to take over. And if it was not for Rocky's heart and great acting, Rocky would have got beat. What's the same way against Georgia? Like at some point, Georgia's going to line up and they're going to beat the hell out of you. And if you can take it, you got a chance. If you can't, it's good night. And most teams haven't been able to take it the way Rocky did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What about Oklahoma? Now they had a huge game on Saturday. Pretty impressive effort from that defense. The Sooner defense looked amazing. They've got 2 winnable games to close out the season. It feels like they're going to make the playoff. If I were to guess, I would say Oklahoma, I think, will make the college football playoff. I feel like they could be a sneaky team that could do some damage once the games start meaning something.
Sneaky, yes. Will they actually do it? No. They can't run the football. And so now you're going to put everything on the quarterback who, although he finally looked like himself pre-thumb surgery and John Mateer, when you go against the best teams, your flaws show. And the defense was outstanding. They got turnovers. They were able to beat Alabama. But if you look at the offense, Alabama outgained them 2-1. So Alabama moved the ball up and down the field. They just got some timely turnovers. So can you always count on turnovers? I don't think you can. Now they may happen, they may not, but you can't always count on them. So I think I agree. They'll be favored against Missouri and LSU. Whether they win those 2 games, we'll see. But if they're able to win those 2 games, they'll get into the playoff. And then it becomes matchups. Then it becomes who you're going to play. I don't know who they would play where I would favor them because they're limited offensively and so much is put on the quarterback.
Yeah, the turnover thing was true for Oklahoma's big win at Tennessee as well. Tennessee was moving the ball and they were taking the ball away, but maybe that's just their defense is very good. I'm a big believer in John Mateer, and you might just be able to get a running game from him. That's he's a tough guy, and he can rack up those yards, and he has, like, they did draw up at Alabama some of those QB draws and designed runs where it's like, this is how we're going to have to figure out a way to get some type of running game going.
Yeah, but you can. But when you run the quarterback so much, that's how he got hurt last time.
Yeah, of course.
Remember?
Of course.
So, I don't know if you can do that, but if they get into the playoff, they're going to run the hell out of him. And he and Ben Arbuckle, who's the offensive coordinator, they've really been really, really good together. So I think there's a chance. Like, it's 12 teams. All you want to do is get in, and then it becomes matchups. I think Ohio State is clearly the best team, even though they haven't been tested. Georgia looks like they may be the best team based on how they've been tested. So we'll see. It's going to be fun, and this is coming from somebody who was kind of against the 12-team playoff. man, now I'm all for it. Like it's going to be super fun to see the matchups, the home games. Yeah, I can't wait, man.
It's going to be great. So you didn't mention Indiana in that group. I think Indiana is capable of winning it all. They are very, very good. Obviously their win against Oregon, what they've done to some other teams. Are you thinking that Indiana give us your list of teams that you can win the national championship this year, because it's a little easier than the NFL, where I think you can pretty much say here's 4 or 5 teams that I could see them winning it all.
Ohio State.
Yep.
Georgia.
Yep.
Indiana. Notre Dame.
Yep.
Alabama. Notre Dame, Alabama.
I don't think Alabama should be on that list, but Notre Dame I do think should be on that list, because similar to what you said about we struggle to get rid of like old, perceptions of teams. Notre Dame had 2 big games in the first 2 weeks of the season where their defense looked like shit. Their defense, while not the best offenses they've been playing, has turned it around, and Jeremiah Love is a difference maker, and C.J. Carr is a really good player. I think people kind of got off the scent of Notre Dame and don't realize they are that type of team that can win a couple playoff games.
They understand who they are. They're going to win out. They're going to be 10-2, and very similar to Georgia. They understand who they are. They can run the football. They got the 2 best, maybe the 2 best running backs in America, and they happen to be on the same team in the same backfield. C.J. Carr started to play better and better. I just love their coach, also Marcus Freeman. Whatever game they're in, I hope it doesn't rain, because, the whole cap and the hairline thing, I hope that doesn't come out. But he's phenomenal. I love him. Notre Dame's going to be a tough out one, because I think they're getting in. So I'm going to push back on the Alabama thing. We think Georgia might be the best team, Big Cat. Alabama beat them. So how can you say, or why are you not a believer in Alabama?
Similar to the Oklahoma. I don't think they can run the ball effectively enough in big moments. And when you get one-dimensional like that, I think there will be a matchup problem where they find someone in the playoff who can just basically be like, hey, we know you're not going to be able to run the ball. We're going to be able to defend the pass. And that type of inability to be flexible in the big moments, whereas like you talk about a Notre Dame can run the ball and throw the ball. Ohio State can do both. Georgia can do both. Having the ability to do both at a high level just gives you, depending, like, it doesn't matter who you're matched up against. You can do what you want to do offensively.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good point. That's one of the better points you've made on this podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Good
that.
job.
Appreciate
Now,
it.
what about Texas A&M? Because you look to last week, and you can look at that game one of 2 ways. You can say, how the fuck did they get out to a 30-3 hole against South Carolina? But then you can also look at it and say, that's an unreal comeback that Texas A&M had to not give up on that game. And that's the kind of stuff where going into next week and the week after, moving forward, like, they could be a very, very dangerous team because they believe that they can do anything now. So I've been like the biggest hater of A&M throughout the history of this show. I've called them a cult. I've called them a bunch of weirdos. I might be getting indoctrinated into the cult right now, because I do find myself going away from that win and saying that's actually very impressive that they were able to come back.
Very impressive. I don't think they can stop the run. So if Texas A&M played Georgia, I think Georgia would rush for 250 yards. Marcel Reed, man, like, it's the tale of 2 halves. Like, which guy do you believe? I think he's been really good. Do you trust him? I don't know. Texas A&M might be the fastest team in the country, but like, if you can't stop the run and the quarterback, you put so much on the quarterback, I think eventually the quarterback will buckle a little bit, a la, to your point, B-Cat, Ty Simpson, even though Ty Simpson is one of the best passers. I think John Mateer, Marcel Reed, like, when you put so much on them, I just wonder at what point do they kind of buckle and fold a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
What about Texas Tech? I think Texas Tech is maybe in that group. Their defense is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I understand they put a lot of money on the defense. The defense is good, but I don't know. I got to see it from them. Just, I don't know. Like, the defense is good. They can rush the passer. Texas, I'm going to throw some matchups out. Off the top of your head, tell me who your favorite. Texas Tech, Notre Dame.
Where's the game being played?
Hey, big guy, top of your head. That doesn't mean
where's
you
the
think
game
about
being
it.
played? I asked, where's the game being played?
Come on, B-Cat.
On a football field. Texas Tech, Notre Dame.
Probably Notre Dame.
Texas Tech, Georgia.
Probably Georgia.
Texas Tech, and Texas A&M.
That one I might take Texas Tech. Yeah, I might take Texas Tech on that one. I think their defense could stop them.
Right, it's going to be a matchup type game for them. They're just not dominant against everybody. I guess that's my point.
Speaking of the Texas stuff, are you going to get in on the discourse of the Texas Longhorns, if they beat Texas A&M, should be in the playoff, even though they have 3 losses?
No, I don't think we've reached the point where a 3-loss team is getting in.
Okay,
Not
now here's the only because I agree with you. I do not think Texas should be in. I think the losses should matter. Their loss to Florida is very bad. Here's the only counter argument, and I hope we don't get to this point, but I don't want to have it be a situation where teams start saying, well, why the hell would we ever schedule anyone good at the beginning of the season? Because if Texas does beat Texas A&M, they could put their hands up and be like, hey, if we just didn't play Ohio State, we'd be in the playoff.
True. However, they also can't lose to some of the teams that they lost to also.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I like. They've lost to Ohio State. They've lost to Georgia. If they lose to A&M, then obviously it's over with. But like the teams that they lost to Florida, like the teams they've lost to are not some of them aren't good teams. So I get it, but you just can't lose to teams that aren't good.
I'm also going to count going to overtime against Kentucky as a loss.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's
Mississippi State.
And Mississippi State too.
Yeah. But especially the Kentucky one. That should be enough. That's enough to like disqualify the argument against the Ohio State loss.
Yeah, I don't want Texas in the playoff. I do not think they deserve to. I just also don't want teams to start going just cupcakes in September because they see like what did we gain from playing Ohio State? Absolutely nothing on the road to start the season. So yeah, I just as long as maybe the committee just has to say, hey Texas, we're keeping you out because of the overtime to Mississippi State and Kentucky, not because you lost to Ohio State.
Yeah, they had the 2 worst wins.
They have to just say that.
Yeah, you have to factor in their 2 worst wins were against those 2 teams in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now if they were to go and play Texas A&M and take belt to ass and just be like, just wear out A&M.
See, you're doing it. You're doing
I'm
it.
Just saying, you could almost talk me into it.
Yeah, you are. You are.
Man, I hate to say that, but if they beat A&M by like 21, then maybe we can talk about it. But there are other things that have to happen. Like it just can't be that in a vacuum.
Yeah,
you have to have other things happen.
You have to have other losses come down.
You a Group of 5 guy at all? Who do you have in the playoff from the Group of 5, and why is it James Madison?
Well, they're the best team right now. They got one loss, so like JMU is the best team. I thought it was going to be South Florida, but they couldn't stop Navy. I think James Madison is going to wind up getting in. I think their schedule they got 1 game left. I think it's pretty favorable. We'll see. Like the Group of 5, at some point, I think we're going to come up with a scenario where the Group of 5 is not a part of this conversation because what you may wind up having is James Madison at Georgia.
Yep. I don't like that look you just gave me. Yeah, listen.
Where are they going to play? Out on a football field?
You can play that bitch in the parking lot. It doesn't matter.
My national championship would be if James Madison made the college football playoff. That would be my national championship game. And if we cover the spread, I would declare myself to be a national champion at that point because you're right. It is a mismatch. I like having the Group of 5 in there because if you separate it out and you have the Group of 5 playoff, then all you've just done is you've just made another Division I AA FCS bracket that you have to go through. I like having them in there just because one year, there will be a year where it happens where out of nowhere the Group of 5 team somehow lucks their way into a win. It might be 5 years from now, it might be 10 years from now, it might be 20 years, but that's going to be a hell of a moment, and I don't want to miss out on the opportunity for that moment.
Yeah, it may happen, but it won't be this year because it's going to be JMU against Ole Miss, maybe Texas Tech, Georgia. Like that's who could be in that 5th spot. I don't like James Madison's chances in that situation.
That defense is really, really good, and their quarterback's playing as good as he played. They got a running back too. They have. You're right. It's not going to happen, but I want to see the day where there is an upset that nobody sees coming. I mean, just imagine if somehow Indiana got the 5 seed, and then JMU got the 12 seed, and then we go play against Kurt Cignetti. How cool would that be?
That would be absolutely phenomenal. I don't think Indiana's falling. Like Indiana is going to be undefeated. They're going to play Ohio State, I think, unless Michigan shocks the world and beats Ohio State for the Big Ten championship. So even if they lose to Ohio State, I don't think they're falling to 5.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
Yeah. Okay, Booger, I got one last question. You want to eat a donut while I do the last ad read? Just as good faith, and then we'll call it clean for Tommy Fleetwood.
Let's do it. Come on.
Okay,
I forgot that's what it was for.
Yeah, it was Tommy Fleetwood. Roback question, RHOBACK.com, promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase, Q-Zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts, Roback.com, promo code TAKE. I got a health question for you, Booger. You ready for this?
Talk to me.
What, as you stuff your face with a donut, how, and we can go college or NFL here, this time of year, right around Thanksgiving, how is the body feeling like in terms of football players and being able to get up there? Like, what percentage are they able to play at week to week? Because we always say it, everyone's got something, but obviously we don't know what the fuck they've got. How does it feel week to week, like rehabbing and getting yourself back ready to play on Saturdays or Sunday?
So quarterbacks are probably about 85, 90%, most of them, because they rarely ever get hit. Offensive and defensive linemen are probably 75%. It's just tough, man, because we hit every play. Mm-hmm. Like, we're just banging each other over and over and over. The other spots, the other positions are what they are. But the two most physical spots are the O&D line and like the running backs, obviously. But the quarterbacks can get hit, and when they get hit, they take big hits. So overall, man, like if you're out on the field, like something is nagging you, something is bothering you. But there's a rule of thumb, all right? If you step on the field, there's no excuses. You got to show up and be ready to play. And so I think that's always been the mentality of players. If you're hurt, we can play. If you're injured, you can't. Mm-hmm. A lot of players play hurt. So it's just that type of game, man. Like, that's how it is.
Yeah. It is always. I always just think about it like even college football. We're 2 weeks away from it being over. NFL, there's a lot of football left, and there's a lot of wear and tear left. And it's like, I know no one wants to be like, hey, credit to the guys, but credit to the guys. It's crazy. Like, we got 2 full months of NFL football left.
And I can't wait to watch it all. It's going to be fun. Like, this is the best time of year. Like, Thanksgiving is next week. Kids are out of school for a week. You got Christmas coming. I got decorations being put up right now. Like, it's the best time of year, man.
It really is.
I love that. Booger, real quick before you go, I think B-Cat was a little bit afraid to ask you about this because he was afraid of what your answer would be. That's what he called you.
Oh, okay.
B-Cat. Yeah, B-Cat.
Yeah, I like that.
Are the Chicago Bears good?
They are well coached.
Okay.
Are they good relative to the other teams we talked about in the NFC? Can they beat Seattle? Maybe. Can they beat the Rams? No. Can they beat the Eagles? No. Can they beat who am I missing? Who did I name? Detroit. Can they beat Detroit? We're gonna find out. They're a good team. I put them in tier 2 right now.
Totally fair. They're a good team, but they have to prove it against some of the great teams. I think that's really where they're at. Like, we've beaten all the bad teams, and so we're no longer a bad team. We're a good team. But yeah, I think the one thing I'm very excited about is they have won 7 games already this year, and they haven't really put together, outside of maybe the Cowboys game, like a great game on all 3 phases. And if that happens, especially if we get some of our secondary healthy, like, this team could be better than we think.
I would definitely agree with that. But congratulations to you on the Bears. Looks like a home run hiring Ben Johnson. PFT, not really sure what to say. A lot of regression in Washington. Hopefully things come back to form next season.
Congratulations on JMU. You can just say that.
Well, first of all, I'm not going to congratulate them until they make the playoff, and then at that point, I'll send out a tweet congratulating you and JMU.
I appreciate that. Yeah. No, things have been bad in DC, very bad. It's as bad as I could have ever imagined going into the season. But you know what? We're going to move forward. We're going to hopefully get a good pick, and there's next year.
And congratulations to you, Booger. It's a world where the Bucs Colts, the Booger McFarland Super Bowl, could conceivably happen.
It's in play, and if maybe Christmas will come early. It'll be Bucs, Colts in the Super Bowl. Maybe before then, we actually get a head coach that knows how to say family and y'all in Baton Rouge, and all of a sudden, everything in my world will be great.
I love it. I love it. Well, you're the best, Booger. We love having you on. Thank you so much, and appreciate you being a man of honor with the donuts, and you have paid your debt to Tommy Fleetwood.
All good, man. Really, really appreciate it. Thanks, buddy.
Booger was brought to you by Campbell's. It's chunky season. It's soup season. What are you boys craving this NFL season? I know I'm craving soup. I'm eating a lot of soup. I'm eating soup every day. It's soup season. No soup satisfies all your cravings like Chunky. Chunky is bold, meaty, has all the craveable flavors that you need to tackle hunger. Pick up a can of Chunky today. Crush your cravings. They got flavors like beefy mac, chili dog mac, buffalo-style chicken mac, and so much more. Don't forget, Chunky can satisfy all your cravings this NFL season. Chunky's got the food covered. What else are we craving this football season, this NFL season? I'm craving some upsets. I'm craving Drake May to go off this week. I'm craving Drake May to put up 3 bills. 3 bills against the Bengals. Chunky's everything you crave. No matter what you crave or when you crave it, Chunky delivers 110%. And this episode of Part of My Take is brought to you by McDonald's all-new Buffalo Ranch sauce. New Buffalo Ranch sauce has arrived. It pairs perfectly with your snack wrap, with your McCrispy sandwich, and McCrispy strips. It's got the tangy zang of buffalo with the creamy cool of mild ranch. It's mild, it's wild at the same time. It's a sauce that balances itself and complements the crispy chicken. I love the Buffalo Ranch sauce. It is the perfect sauce. 2 of my favorite sauces combined in one. You get that buffalo sauce going. It's a little bit spicy, but you also have that cool, nice, tangy, mild ranch. It's awesome. I like it on the McCrispy sandwich. It's really good on the snack wrap, too. And you can use the McCrispy strips. Dip it right there in the Buffalo Ranch. There's a new sauce in town at McDonald's. Tangy, creamy Buffalo Ranch. Available for a limited time at participating McDonald's while supplies last.
Okay, let's wrap up the show. Henry, guys on chicks.
My boyfriend is always preaching about hotel bathrooms on road trips. He gets so fired up when people stop at gas stations, fast food places, etc. to go to the bathroom on road trips. He is adamant about hotel lobbies always being clean, nice music playing, and always accessible, as the receptionists never say anything. It has gotten to a point where we are backtracking 10 to 15 minutes to go to a hotel instead of pulling over at a gas station. We have been at wit's end with each other on road trips recently. What should I do? Suck it up and go out of our way to hotel bathrooms, or give him an ultimatum?
That's actually something I've never once considered in my life.
What?
Stopping at a hotel instead of a gas station.
Yeah.
This guy, he might be a genius. I don't think I'm comfortable enough to do that, to just walk in, take a shit. Is he talking about shitting or pissing?
Gotta be talking about shit.
If he's talking about pissing, just suck it up and go into
a
fast food restaurant or a gas station.
I think suck it up no matter what. But you're also thinking of nice hotels. The hotels on the side of the highway are not.
Well, that's what he was talking about. He was saying hotel lobbies are pristine, they're clean, they've got nice music playing.
I've been into some that are not on the side of the highway. Like, it's not the Four Seasons on the side of the highway. You're going to La Quinta.
Also, if you're on a road trip, like you can't be taking luxurious shits.
No, this guy has to suck it up.
Yeah,
he has to suck it up.
If you're on a road trip, the goal is to get
it.
from point A to point B.
Correct.
And you got to do whatever it takes to do it in as little time as possible.
Wear a diaper.
It's inconsiderate for the person that's driving or anyone else in the car, because if you must stop and take a shit, at least do them the favor of putting them in a gas station where they can buy combos, Mountain Dew.
Yeah, restaurants are usually fine too. They have a lot of stalls.
Oh, this would drive me insane.
Yeah.
If you're on a road trip and you have to take a 15-minute detour that's not like for food, this would drive me nuts.
Yeah, and he's definitely taking his time in these nice bathrooms. Mm-hmm. I would say, you need
that should be your treat at the end of the road trip.
Yeah.
Zach, what do you have?
What if it's for a shit and a continental breakfast? What if he's like, hey, they're
okay, now I'm in.
Spread.
Now I'm in.
Yeah, if we're talking early morning shit.
Yeah, that's a tough one to pull off. Just as not a guest and just show up.
Get a bagel and like a small box of
I think you
Fruit
just
Loops.
Act like you've been there.
Yeah,
they're not checking keys at the waffle station.
No, probably not. Okay, next one, Hank.
My boyfriend and I have an argument. I want him to save money so we can get an apartment together, but all he does is spend money on gambling and electric guitars. He uses the argument that he could be spending on money on drugs instead, and that he uses the winnings to buy the guitars. I don't believe that he is profitable and do not know how to get him to stop. Thanks, guys. I'm now a 2-time AWO.
He's not profitable.
Not profitable. He's definitely not buying guitars with the game. That's the money that could be going to an apartment.
Budget. Got to set a budget.
You got to say it might be time to do a strict 1 in, 1 out policy on the guitars. Mm-hmm. We can trade a guitar in.
Is he in a band? Like, you don't need... How many electric guitars do you need? 2?
If you don't play live music, I would say, 2 to 3. Like,
even if you do play live music.
I would say 2 electrics and an acoustic is not unreasonable.
Either way, he's got to do a budget.
But I'm saying, even if you... Like, how many do you need?
I don't... No comment.
Yeah, but it's for you, it's like, it's a hobby. You're not...
He could always turn 2 of those guitars into one guitar and just get a double guitar.
Yep.
Some people thought that I bought Jimmy Page's double guitar from Jim Irsay. I think that's like a $2 million guitar. I did not buy that guitar. One day though, it will be mine.
You were going to buy it.
Oh yes, it will be mine.
I'll give real advice though. You can't tell him to stop gambling because he's just, you know what I mean? You can't be like, hey, you're not allowed to gamble because then he's going to start resenting you. Just budget. Here's what you got a month. Here's what we do in a month to gamble. And then save everything else.
Maybe-
Sick apartment would be awesome.
Maybe you guys do an
Maybe he just doesn't want to move in with you.
That also could be very much
It
the case.
sounds like that's exactly what this is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could try to suggest like, let's do a couple's apartment parlay. We hit this, we get the apartment.
We did do that in college to try to get a new TV. Bet the Seahawks against the Steelers in the Super Bowl. Lost.
Hi, PMT. I have a specific vision in mind for how I want to be proposed to. No sports game, not in public, family and friends party afterwards, but still a surprise. How do I tell my boyfriend this without ruining the surprise and still making him feel like he has any say in the proposal? Any advice from Maxie as recently engaged man? Thanks.
I love her very strict rules.
Yeah.
Which is like not on a Jumbotron and not with a big crowd around me.
Tell her.
Sounds like she knows he wants to do it at a game.
Yes.
Yeah, you just got to tell your best friend to tell him. So simple. I think that just happens with everyone. Like down to the ring where it's like, oh, this is what she likes.
She's given a pretty narrow example of things that are allowed to be done. If it can't be on a Jumbotron and it can't have a screaming crowd around her, like what else is a guy going to do?
Yeah.
Like Golden Corral. You're taking away our
Texas
options
Roadhouse.
here. Roadhouse, if you're feeling fancy.
The surprise is already over because you already are planning it.
There's no
There's no surprise.
There's no surprise of yes or no. It's just like whether they know what's happening at that moment.
Actually, you've now put yourself in a spot where the only way he could truly surprise you is doing it at a sports game. Because you've let him. I'm sure you told your friends to tell him, and he's following. So now he's got to. Yeah, this guy. If you're listening, guy, and this sounds like your girlfriend, the only way you can surprise her is you got to do it center court at a sport, maybe like a mid-tier college basketball game.
If you tell a man that he can't propose to you at a sports game,
Maction would be great.
Oh, Max would be so sick.
his only option remaining is that he does a fake proposal to you at a sports game.
Yeah.
And then he's like, psych,
piss you off.
just kidding.
Yeah.
Or he does it at they do like a stadium tour. So there's not a game going on at the time. It's not in public, it's not a sports game, but it's still in a stadium on
She
a
said
Jumbotron.
she said no crowds around though.
I'm saying, a
just
private
empty-
stadium.
Yeah.
Private stadium tour. Yeah,
Private
yeah.
stadium tour. All right. Last one.
Hello, Hank, Big Cat, and PFT. Together you form one functioning adult, so maybe you can help me with this one.
Okay.
After microwaving food, instead of touching the food, my husband leans in, smells it, and somehow decides if it's hot.
Yeah.
Is this a superpower or a red flag?
No, that's legit. It's the air that goes into your nose.
You can feel the steam.
Yeah.
Like the closer you get, you can feel it.
Yep.
Yeah. He's good. He's smart. This guy's smart.
Mm-hmm.
Does he put his head in the microwave?
I hope so. That'd be awesome.
Microwaves. There's something about microwaves that scare me.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm gonna get cancer if I'm just around a microwave
I think
too much.
Everyone's parents tell them when they're kids, like, don't stand.
If you stand in front of the microwave, you're gonna get cancer. Yeah, I got that bunch.
Don't stand next to the TV.
I would sit right in front of that.
Oh yeah, I'd stare at the microwave.
Oh yeah.
Microwaves are apparently like one of the most dangerous things that we have in our houses.
Really?
Yeah, if you take do not ever take apart a microwave because you'll die.
Oh.
You'll get electrocuted. They've got like a bomb inside of them.
I wasn't planning on it.
Yeah.
But now I really
It makes
won't.
sense. It's a nuke.
Yeah.
Like you nuke your food.
It's a nuke.
You have a nuclear
No,
weapon
have
in
you
your
never,
kitchen.
Have
yeah.
you ever heard that? People.
Oh yeah, nuke your food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this guy. I think he's got it figured out.
Yeah, you can smell the heat.
Do you guys save seconds for later?
Oh, of course. Yeah, you take it out with like. It depends on what it is, but a lot of times if I'm reheating a coffee or something,
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave 15 seconds on it, and then I'll take it out. Oh, it's not quite done yet. Let's just finish the 15 seconds, and then if I don't think 15's enough, I'll just do the add a minute.
Yeah,
I just do the 30 seconds every time.
I just do popcorn every time.
Popcorn is crazy. Popcorn is insane.
It's the top button.
No, but there's like if you just click start on most of them, it just does 30
No,
seconds.
mine has. I just click popcorn. Doesn't matter what it
Popcorn
is.
is insane.
And then I just watch it for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever.
Yeah, instead of punching in the time like a fool. I
never
you
punch
click,
in the
yeah,
time.
you
I go
click
30 seconds
No,
until
I
I
click-
get
and then
to the
and then
spot.
you can add 30, add 30.
No, I have a popcorn button.
Popcorn is crazy.
No, it
Popcorn is insane. I don't know. Popcorn might be a different sort of setting all
I don't give a fuck. It heats it all the same.
You don't know that.
Yeah, it does. I take it out and it's hot. Okay, good show, boys.
Popcorn's crazy.
Let's do lottery balls. It's brought to you by Jackpocket. Today's lottery ball segment is brought to you by Jackpocket, America's #1 lottery app. Jackpots are the talk of the town right now. Powerball, Mega Millions. Everyone's watching those numbers climb.
15.
That's why we partner with Jackpocket. They alert you to upcoming drawings and always keep you part of the buzz. You can order official state lottery tickets using your phone and get a photo of your real tickets right in the app. 73 people have already become millionaires using Jackpocket. New Jackpocket customers get $5 in free lottery credits. Just opt in and use code PMT2. That's PMT2 at Jackpocket. Use that code PMT2 and you get $5 in free lottery credits. Okay, numbers.
3. I thought PFT said 15, and there was a lot of popcorn talk back here. Was that because you said numbers?
Yeah, Big Cat said numbers.
Okay.
I said numbers during the ad.
Okay.
Yeah.
33.
77.
82.
10.
99 pug.
15.
44. 86. Did you pick 3? I think you're going Nah.
39. Anyone? Anyone? Anyone?
Anyone? Bueller?
Diddy Woodhead.
Yep.
Okay.
I think we should just do one today.
Yeah, let's just do one.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not another?
Nah, let's just do one. You're never gonna get it
another?
anyway.
Why not another?
Nah, we can't let you get used to
You scared?
No, not at all.
Sound afraid?
No, not scared at all.
Terrified? Press it.
I'll press it, but it doesn't count.
Yeah,
No,
press
count.
it.
That's
Yeah,
way
yeah,
worse.
Yeah, press it. Just press it.
Oh,
That's
this
a good
doesn't
idea.
count.
This
This
doesn't
doesn't count.
Press it.
Oh my God!
Actually.
What do you mean
fuck-
it doesn't count?
This does not count.
What do you mean?
This is
Not
not
count.
an official
If
lottery
ball goes
point.
up and number is
Nope.
mine,
Nope.
correct.
Nope.
I win.
Wrong.
Fine, fine, then I won't
We
press
do
it.
practices sometimes.
You do-
No,
we do
no,
practice all
no,
the
press
time.
it. It doesn't count.
Yeah,
we
press
do,
it.
we
No,
do
it counts.
Doesn't count. No, it
Practices
doesn't.
all the time.
Doesn't
It's
count.
not
We
gonna
do
get you
practices all the time.
No.
Yes, we do.
When?
This is a unofficial practice round.
What?
Oh
my God.
7. Wow, if that was 3.
If that was 3, we all would be dead.
Yeah, the show
We
would
all-
be over.
I would have won.
Show would
No,
be
you
over. No,
wouldn't
you
have.
wouldn't have.
It would have made
I
you
would've
so
won.
You would
much
not
more
have
angry.
won.
I
It was
would
a
have won.
You would have
Very
gotten so
clear
mad.
practice
I would've
round.
won.
No, you wouldn't.
I
have.
would have won. You would have
you
said
wouldn't.
every
I
time,
would have won.
have you gotten this? You would say, yeah, I got it. And then we'd all be like, no, you
Nope.
got to practice.
Nope.
And
I
you would
won.
go
No,
insane.
you wouldn't have.
Then
You
I
don't
would
make the rules,
I would
buddy.
have won. I
You
would have
don't
had
say.
2 wins, and PFT would only.
No.
win.
You have
You have
zero
zero
wins. You have no
wins.
wins. No wins.
And you're never going to
PFT
get
also
it.
has one.
I've got multiple wins.
Yeah.
You have a win.
No, I've
No,
got
he's
multiple
got
wins.
multiple wins.
He
Multiple
has a
wins.
win by himself.
No, I've got multiple
He
wins.
has 1 win by himself.
It's pretty clear that I have multiple wins. Means you have none.
1 win.
You have 0 wins.
And you're never
You
going to
have
get it.
1
You're
win.
never going to get it. Ever. Ever.
One
I actually
win.
think you're never going to get it.
1 win.
Yeah.
Acknowledge it.
No, I've got multiple
Who
wins.
picked that too?
It says right there, winning numbers. I won on 2. I won on 5.
Which one did you pick?
I got 2 winning
Which
numbers,
one did
2
you
and
pick?
5.
He picked 2.
He picked 5.
I got 2
I
and
picked
5.
2.
I got 2 and 5.
You
Yeah,
picked
I
2
saw it.
for him.
I got
Yes,
2 and
correct.
5.
I picked it. Thank you, Max.
I got
For him.
I got 2 and 5.
But I picked it.
But
No wins.
you were trying to get the one time that you got it correct was the only time you were trying to get it wrong. You were actively
That's a great
trying to
point.
get it wrong.
No, I was trying to get it right. You're always trying to get it.
No,
you weren't.
no.
You're
you
always
weren't.
trying to get
You
it.
weren't. You wish
You're
you weren't in
always
this
trying to get it,
situation.
and I got it.
No.
The goal at that point
Yeah.
was like, let me pick the one number that it's not
Yeah.
going to be.
Memes, this is like if Sam Darnold won a Super Bowl and you're like, yeah, the Jets won a Super Bowl.
It's not true, but I did win. I won that ball.
No, you didn't.
No.
I did.
Wrong.
I can't believe.
Love you guys.